Hi, friends. Happy little Tuesday around here. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Meringue. Patrick Harris, yours truly with you. That's my guy, Danny Meringue. To my left, that's Rusty in the booth doing the ones and twos, the hard work over there. We're happy to have you on a Tuesday. Starting to feel a little normal around here. You know what I mean? Getting back into the groove.
Little bit.
Back into the groove. Talking with our buddy Kurt out there in sales land. He was like, I just want to apologize for the Duck losses. Now you have no content. What are you guys going to do now? And I said, honestly, we're just going to pack it up and call it a day. We're just going to go home.
Simple things.
Show's over. It was a nice run, guys. I thought it was a good run. I thought we did okay. Getting better every year and going and trying and experimenting with new things. It was a good run, guys. I had a good time. Now I'm going to go live in a van down by the river.
Down by the river.
Except for in today's world, if you live in a van down by the river, it's like a $150,000 van with everything you could ever need. And you somehow don't have a job, yet you somehow can afford the gas and like the Starlink internet. And tomorrow you'll be at Glacier National Park.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the vans as we drive in here?
Well, those aren't down by the river, though.
We're close.
I've seen, God, who was I talking to?
This is like sectional housing, okay? The closer you get to the river, the nicer the vans are going to get.
I was talking to somebody, and I cannot for the life of me remember it. It was sometime this summer. It was a buddy of mine that I golf with. That's who it was. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I want to go live the van life, go be a caddy, and kind of go do those things." And I was like,
real quick, does anybody not want to live the van life?
I don't.
Oh, I think it'd be pretty cool.
I don't.
Travel around?
No.
Do whatever you want?
No, I'm good.
I think it depends on the level of the vehicle.
But even then, like, he was talking like, we're not talking like Bonneville. He's talking like the Mercedes, tall boy van.
Yeah.
Sprinter.
Yeah, the Sprinter's all decked out with gray water tank and everything.
Yeah, the big, massive ones that are essentially like, a third the size of a full motorhome.
Yeah, the influencers take it to Coachella.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, and the crazy thing is you can stand up in those things. Like, they're huge. They started becoming really popular with the dirt bike crew, like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And I was like, and you can get them back then for like 60, 70,000. Now they're 120, 150, and they're just, they're bonkers.
They're even hard to get too. Like they're, because people still use them for like Amazon trucks and delivery trucks and companies that do deliver, like take our coffee roasters across the street. They got one of those nice ones. So people actually want them for those.
See, I would think though, like the dirt bike guys, they would want one of the toy haulers that have the extra. So it would be, the truck hauling the trailer that also has the you can live in it, but also has the extra space.
They
for
do
the
both
toys.
They have the fifth wheel trailer, and then they have the Sprinter van. And a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll turn the Sprinter van, if it's not, if you've got the crazy money. I've got a neighbor by my parents who he's got his own track on his property.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. But there's like two Sprinter vans. One of them's like the bike van, and the other one's the people van. So the bike van, they drive the bike up into, and they have like all their tools, and they do all the repairs and build outs and swaps.
That's like a
van.
mobile shop.
Yeah, and I'm
talking about the ones you live in.
Oh, I know, but it's the same size. So they have the live-in one. They drive to the events. Like one drives the bike, one drives the people, and I'm like, ooh, that can't be cheap.
It's like musicians. One drives the musicians and the
one
bus.
drives the
one
gear.
drives the gear.
Yeah, same kind of deal. Like, don't get me wrong, those are like, if I was gonna go here's a perfect example. Like, if I wanted to go on a vacation, Souk did this, I think, to Iceland.
Okay,
you go to Iceland and you rent one of those things, and you can drive around the island in like a week or 10 days.
That sounds rad.
That's dope. Like, I like that idea. If you're talking about temporary,
I'm going to run into Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams at Eurovision.
I am totally
Rachel
cool with that.
McAdams, yes, please.
Like that kind of living, count me in. But the idea of like actually living out of it, hard pass.
Well, I think that's the thing. I don't think anybody like, I mean, people do.
I was going to say, there are people who
There
do.
are definitely that people do, but I think the average person does not fully live in it. They have a home base. If you had the kind of money that you could have the home base and you're like, today I've decided I'd like to go to Vancouver Island. Okay, I want to go up to Canada. Drive around the island, kick it in Victoria for a little bit. I'm going to take my van. That would not be a bad life to have. No job, some endless supply of money somehow. Maybe you got into the GameStop thing during COVID.
There you go.
Maybe you got,
Diamond hands.
dude, I was 2 days away from that.
Mm.
I saw it coming and I was like, I should do this. And then I was like, nah, I don't really trust the stock market. I don't know what I'm doing.
What was
I'm
the
not gonna
guy's
do this.
name? He had the cat emoji. The guy was kind of like the front runner of that whole deal.
No, I don't remember.
They made a movie about it.
Did
Like,
they?
You remember that time during like
Like,
COVID
people
and then
made
like
like
post
$4
COVID?
million in 3 days on a company that was
Yeah.
going bankrupt.
Well, remember like that period of time, like during COVID and like post COVID, where something would happen in like the cultural world zeitgeist, and they would make a movie about it 3 months later.
Well, because there was nothing else to do.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it was like it's this something just happened. Like, all right, there's a movie, and you're like, wait, what? Like, how do we have like the retro like? Diddy got arrested, and there was a documentary on it 3 days later.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell just happened?
And they all dropped the ball because they should have just called it "Did he do it?"
I don't like that.
No.
Hello, Newman.
I don't like that.
I was having a conversation with some friends yesterday, and we realized we are starting to, now we can recall it if you mention it, but we are starting to forget some things during COVID. Like some day-to-day things.
Sure.
Not like the Tiger Kings of the world or kind of what you're talking about, but we're starting
And
to
that bitch Carol Baskin.
pitch Carol Baskin. I never saw that. I was busy watching like The Last Dance.
You never
and-
watched any of it?
No, I didn't.
Oh boy.
I watched a couple episodes. Did they do a second one too?
There was like a recap, or I don't think I caught any of that. But I mean, you want to talk about a cultural zeitgeist?
Yeah.
that was your thing at the beginning.
The only like COVID bonding thing I did was The Last Dance.
Last Dance was great.
But I
Last
think the
Dance was
entire
wonderful.
country watched that together.
We're
regardless
so-
of where
so
I
I
was.
think more
starved.
people watch the Tiger King than the Last Dance. To be honest,
I'll
with you.
bet you.
maybe,
We
probably.
we
We're sports
forget
people, yeah.
we forget that we live in a sports world, and even though we are here at the
Yeah.
Fan Sports Network, #1 in this town for a reason,
Yeah.
we forget that we're still a smaller slice of the pie. Now
Yeah.
we might be
Well,
one of the bigger.
we're actually not.
when you break it down, but our slice isn't huge.
No, the top 100 most watched events last year in 2025, 2 were non-sports.
Right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, from a television
It's
standpoint,
usually like
That
like
makes
the
sense, I
Oscars or
guess.
Emmys or something like that.
One of them was the presidential address,
Nice, that
and
makes
then
sense.
the other one was
Did you hear my eyes roll back? in
Easy
my head?
Easy ride.
I can't remember what the other one was, but it was something just
The
like
Death
wait,
of the Queen.
what? No, it wasn't that.
really? I thought
No.
that's a worldwide event.
No, there was something else in there, but it was just like, huh?
Well,
Didn't
I guess-
expect that.
I guess if you think about it, again, not to try to like sit here and poo-poo on sports, but like, what else world events are we watching these days when you can read about it or
Yeah.
see highlights on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera? But like to actually watch a TV, like there's so much content when it comes to like television shows and movies and stuff like that you might get to Stranger Things, and I've already seen it, but that's not simultaneous.
Yeah.
How much simultaneous stuff is going on television that's not sports?
Yeah.
To your point, two of the last 100.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. But like that kind of stuff, like reality shows, especially bat-ass crazy reality shows, I'm out. I don't. It's not a fear, but I just don't want to know that exists in the world.
I think that's why I didn't watch Tiger King, because I love animals so much.
Oh no, I'm there with you on that part of
I
it.
don't want to see the kitty cats being all tired up.
But the whole idea of like that people are that like, look, man, I've seen the worst humanity has to offer.
You are the worst humanity has to offer.
Look, I mean, this is gonna go super dark here real quick, but when you walk into
Yes,
a room
let's
after
go dark.
after a 14-year-old has clicked off a suicide vest when you're 19 years old, you're just kind of like, yeah, dog, I've seen the worst world has to offer.
Is my boomstick.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. But yeah, like you just kind of like, you know what, man? I've seen depravity. I don't want to see like further depravity, especially on the dumb scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when someone is like, look, I like funny dumb.
Sure.
Look, I'm dumb funny. Like I get that.
Am I funny dumb or dumb funny?
I'm dumb funny.
Okay.
Like I do dumb stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Like my face being imprinted on a glass door. Like I'm aware.
I seen that.
I'm aware.
That was a good one.
What
I watched that thing like 30 times
Oh,
and I
bro.
laughed my ass off.
The number of people who and I posted on social because it was hilarious.
What does Captain America say? I understood that
Yeah.
reference.
But like
I need that.
the
I need that. I gotta
the
write that down.
viscerally painful dumb in like Tiger King or Liver King or any of these other freakish fringe
Duck
reality.
Hunters, or what it is.
Duck Dynasty?
Duck
Those
Dynasty,
guys
there
didn't
we
bother
go.
me as much just because they're just country bumpkins.
Yeah.
Nothing they really did was they were goofy and corny and dumb, but like
Right.
harmless.
Yes,
Liver
exactly.
King's out here just an absolute psychopath.
Right.
Tiger King and Carol Baskin's like people die, animals die. You know, like you're just like
And they are legitimately horrible people.
horrible people.
Yes.
Like Duck Dynasty is just some rednecks in the woods who just have a family
I
and
like to shoot stuff.
yeah, and they made duck calls. Like they're like that. Those kind of shows don't bother me.
Yeah.
But the fringe stuff, which just seems like that, and like the crime docs, I'm just like, man, I'm like, I can go without those.
Oh, I'm all up in the true crime stuff.
There's a great movie called Three Kings with Marky
Oh,
Mark,
yeah.
Ice Cube, Spike Jones, and George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, they were like asking how much gold is in Saddam's house, and he's like, enough to quit your day job. And then it flashbacks to everyone's day job, and Marky Mark works at like a Kinko's, and he's fixing like the printer, and ink sprays all over him. Ice Cube is a like luggage handler at the airport, and he like picks up a bag to put on a plane, and it explodes open, and he's got to put it back together. And then it cuts to Spike Jones, who's got a mullet and a tank top in his backyard, and he's shooting stuffed animals with a shotgun. And he goes, I don't really have a day job, sir.
So tell you what, how about this random squirrel moment? How much money would you require to walk up to Mark Wahlberg and say, hi, Marky Mark?
I don't know.
Because he does not dig that.
I don't approach celebrities.
I'm just saying, what I'm saying is,
I'm only next to the great Daniel Moraine because I get paid for it.
what would it take for you to walk up to Mark Wahlberg and say, hello, Marky Mark?
I don't think it will. I don't think I got. I mean, I got a number, obviously, but it's a larger number than you think.
It's a big number.
That guy could whoop my ass.
Well, I mean, there's got to be.
Well, that's a long list.
Are we talking?
Thanks, buddy.
We got two. Are we talking 2 commas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I leave him alone too. Like,
Yeah.
when the Knicks were here the other day, a couple of security people were like, man, we heard Spike Lee's going to be here. And I was like, oh, it's dope. You know, I might walk by him. Like the most I would do if Spike Lee's sitting front row, because I walk by that front row all the time. Urkel. Jaleel White was here the
He was
other
in
night.
the other night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him, but I gave him a little one of these. Little chin tuck. Like, hey,
nod of
yeah,
appreciation.
hey, appreciate what you did.
Should've
Did
got him
I
on-
do that?
Should have got him on the show, dude.
There you go.
Should
But
have
like,
got him on the show.
I'm with you. I leave him alone.
Yeah.
I leave them alone because a lot of times, man, those guys they can't go anywhere without having it. And it's just like I give them the nod.
Oakley dokley, we got a show for y'all today.
Don't worry,
A lot of NFL to get to. It's a free consultation Tuesday at 12:15.
It's
so
also
we'll
a
get
day
those
that
in.
ends in Y, so Anthony Davis is having surgery.
Shocking, shocking, I tell you. We've got a lot of NFL cleanup to get to, so we're going to be having an NFL show. And I'd like to get into some Denny conversation, more about what Denny had to say over the weekend against the Zebras, and we'll probably tie in some injury news as well if we can find any, and the game tonight, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot to get to, but we start in the NFL and the game last night to end Wild Card Weekend. Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers, and it wasn't even close. This is Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan. Yeah. 10:18 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. Shoot it over 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She lets you interact with us throughout the entire day. Also over on the YouTubes, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. We're happy to have you. Should be a great day today. Coming up this hour, we'll clean up some wild card conversations as we still have Carolina Panthers and the Rams. We got Chargers and the Patriots. But let's start at the game last night. You know, Danny, as I'm watching this game and I'm trying to find reasons to enjoy this game, I don't know if it's because everything else was pretty great or what, but this was just an absolute brutal watch.
I mean, the first 3 quarters were just horrendous football. I mean, just demonstrably incredible defensive football from the Texans.
Yes, they came as delivered.
Yeah, I mean,
which we knew they would.
That defense just flies around and tears heads off and spits down necks.
And if the offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to try to put out what they did, then it's just going to be an absolute disaster. I mean, kind of, you know, there's some people that texted in yesterday as we're talking Oregon, Indiana, that kind of thought, and I even had some friends tell me they were watching the game and watching Oregon come out of the tunnel, they just didn't
have it
ready, like didn't have it, whatever it might be, how to quantify that.
You know it when you see it.
The second this game started, the Pittsburgh Steelers did not have it.
And the Texans defense in particular. Look, I don't like talking in hyperbole about this because I want to make sure we recognize the greatness that, like, you know, those Ravens defenses were. They play like them.
They do.
They play like the Ray Lewis defense where, you know, it's T Sizzle, it's Ray, it's Ed Reed. You know, like, you've just got dudes everywhere.
Different than like Legion of Boom.
Yes.
Because those Ravens, Ray and Suggs and
they killed you.
Haloti and even Ed in the backfield or in the secondary, they killed you. They were physical.
Yeah.
Raiders of the 70s kind of style.
85 Bears.
85 Bears,
like,
yes. Legion of Boom, that secondary and linebacking core were animals.
And look, you had some good pass rushers up front.
Totally.
But this Texans defense, they're
angry.
Vicious.
They're mad.
They play angry, they play mad, they hit you all game. And it's kind of, and this isn't to slap Oregon in the face. It was when we saw Oregon play against Texas Tech, and they had all the disruptive plays. They had the turnovers. They did all the things. That's what the Texans do.
Every week.
They prey on you every single week. It's not that the Jags this year, they were really good about forcing turnovers. And they were a good, solid defensive unit. But they weren't a team that was just going to blow you up on every level. This Texans team can stop the run. They have the most vicious pass rush in the entire league. When you talk about the totality of their defense, it's not one guy, it's not 2 guys, it's 4 guys. Anyone can get to you at any given time. D'Amico is a mad scientist back there. He's got those guys playing like complete lunatics. I mean, they finished with 4 sacks, but they had 12 counted quarterback hits.
Aaron Rodgers once got sacked by himself. You see him fall over his own guy, like nobody touched him.
No, because guys are getting pushed into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only do they do that, but they get the disruptives. You get the pick 6, you get the scoop and score. Like, they're just everywhere. And for a Texans team to do this, to have the 23 unanswered in the fourth quarter, but just blow this thing open and impose their will.
We were kind of waiting for somebody to do that.
But C.J. Stroud wins a game with 5 fumbles.
And that's what I was going to say. You look at this, you tell me C.J. Stroud has 5 fumbles and lost 2 of them.
This game's
over. And it's like, well, because what have I said? And I think to some of the listeners, I kind of unfairly got, you can say that for this, but why aren't you saying it for that? That's not what I mean. I don't mean in comparison. I just mean for the Texans and this team. If C.J. Stroud puts together any form of competent quarterback play, this team is very, very dangerous.
You take the fumbles out of this game. He's 21 of 32, 250, touchdown and a pick. Woody Marks ran for 6 yards a carry. Nick Chubb out there, 5 yards a carry. Like, they ran the ball down the Steelers' throat.
And you had some injuries in the wide receiver, like Nico went down again, which really stinks, especially when I watched it live, I did not expect that to be as serious as it was.
No.
When they slowed it down, I bet you that turf don't feel good that cold.
No.
But
Christian Kirk just goes out there and balls out of his mind.
Yeah, T's and P's to Nico Collins for sure. But CJ, to your point, had a fine game, minus those fumbles.
Now, not all those fumbles were his.
Exactly. And I was going to get to that. Now, that's what I'm saying. He had a fine game. I think you could argue the Broncos could be in this situation too.
With Bo.
If Bo has a fine
game.
game, the Broncos should win that. Now, I think Bo has shown me a little more sometimes than CJ has of late.
Of late, okay.
Of late.
I was say because
CJ earlier
CJ's a better quote unquote quarterback.
athlete
Yes,
as
like,
well. Yes,
can make some throws that Bo can't make.
But that's how great this Houston Texans defense
yes.
is. That's how great Denver's defense is.
And
And hell, you
Seattle.
could say that about Seattle
Those
too.
are the three best defenses in football.
You know, Sam, I'll probably take over all three of those quarterbacks.
Just because of consistency. Like, yes, when Sam S's the bed, it's not great.
But Houston's going to go to New England.
Mhm.
Do I think New England's a lock in that game? Hell no.
Look, if you,
Hell no.
to be honest, if you give me the Texans up against anybody, I'm probably going to take the Texans because their defense is so nasty.
I'd like to see the Broncos again.
Mhm.
I'd like to see that game again. The Bills would be an interesting one again, who they've beat.
That's the thing is, they beat the Broncos.
Yeah, and they beat the Bills.
So you're like, well,
I'd be interested in the Bills just because of playoff Josh, you know, obviously. But that's why I like them to go deep in this. Now, it's really unfortunate.
Also, though, how beat up is Josh Allen going to be?
By then, yeah, maybe a lot. You know, Denver's going to bring it to him, that's for sure. It's easy to sit here and say these Steelers teams suck. And they do. And we can have a conversation about that in a second.
but here's the thing. This Texans team does this to everyone.
And they just wear you down. And then there's an explosion in the fourth quarter because the defense is just cooked.
steamrolls.
And the Steelers couldn't do anything. On offense, they had given up basically. Once that touchdown was scored in the second quarter, I think it was fair to say this game was over.
Probably. And like this is where I think that the Texans defense is different than the Seahawks or the Broncos. The Texans defense comes at you and it's waves against the shore. And this is what I was talking about. It's not just one pass rusher. It's not just Will Anderson. You know what I mean? Like it's Jalen Petrie, it's Henry Tuotu, it's Al Shahir, it's Kalen Bullock in the back end. You just kind of go down. It's Daniil Hunter. Like it's Derek Stingley. You know what I mean? It's not just a dude here or there. There's multiple dudes at every single level. It's like, who do you target? So if you're like, okay, you know, let's say you're the Patriots next week. We really need to slow down the pass rush. Okay, cool. So you're going to get rid of the ball quick? Good luck dealing with Singletary and Petrie and Kalen Bullock in the back end. You know what I mean? Like, have fun with that, dog, because those guys are playmakers. Oh, you're going to try and get in play action and have longer developing plays?
Good luck.
Good luck. Deal with Sheldon Rankins. Deal with Will Anderson Jr. Like, deal with Daniil Hunter. Like, we're going to get in the run game. Cool. Here's Tuotu and Shahir, who are going to annihilate your running backs.
Yeah, on the text line last night, we saw the most expensive defense in football and the best defense in football. The problem is they're two different teams. What Tomlin is doing hasn't worked in a while, and let's get to that. Aikman said it on the broadcast. I don't know. Aaron's so tough to read. This could be his last game, could not be his last game. I'll wait for Aaron to tell me that in the, ad nauseum over the summer. Is Aaron Rodgers going to play? Look, I haven't been the guy that says get rid of Tomlin. I understand if they want to move on. I see it both sides. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. But
is there anything coaching wise last night that you're like,
we're gonna get to Justin Herbert in a second, and I use this to him as well. More dramatically with Mike Tomlin, I'm running out of excuses, bud. I'm running out. Even if I'm diehard Mike Tomlin, if he's my dad, I'm running out of excuses for you, because this is the fifth game that you've lost in the wild card round in the last 8 years or whatever that stat is, and you're not competitive in any of them. How can I sit here and still sell you? Well, they made the playoffs. But whether you're him or the Ravens, you're in the same spot now. It's kind of like Oregon yesterday. Would you rather not make the playoff or get embarrassed? Because this isn't quite embarrassing because it's the NFL. It's a little different. So, of course, you want to get in because everybody has a chance. But this is the fifth time
you've gotten there and
You've gotten there and you get worked. It's not losing close games. It's not missing a field goal. It's not a bad PI call. This isn't Dez Bryant in Green Bay. This isn't the phantom pass interference in New Orleans. Yeah, this is like you're getting beat consistently.
Okay, as much as maybe I'm a Tomlin apologist because I love him as a coach.
I think I kind of am too, but I'm running out.
But here's my pushback.
Running out of excuses for the lady of the house.
Yes.
when do we hold the front office accountable?
It's a fair statement. We give
I
them
know,
we give them blanket immunity because we all love the Rooneys and they're a classic organization. And I think most of us as NFL fans, if that was, we want our team to operate like that. I think the Packers run into this sometimes too without having an owner. It's really cool that the fans own that, but who is holding the GM accountable when he's got no boss?
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like the Rooneys are just like, hey, we're good. We leave the football guys to do football guys.
And Tomlin does have say in personnel. He's earned that and all those kind of things. But at what point in time do you kind of go, hey, if you're gonna make a change, maybe make that at the top first? Because much like Harbaugh,
and then give your coach the tools that he might need more.
but then you're giving the coach, if you pull that lever, you're saying it's on you now.
I also think about all the coaches that have earned, as to your point, which is a valid point.
It's a short list.
Have earned the say in player personnel. Eventually, it goes south.
Yes.
It went south for Mike Holmgren in Seattle. It went super south for Belichick in New England. It's starting to go south for him. Look, he can find guys. He can find dudes that are good. TJ Watt. I mean, it's okay to know that TJ Watt was going to be pretty good, but he still got him. You know, Joey Porter Jr. had a pretty good game last night. Debo. Like he can find guys that are great, but that is starting to trickle further and further away. Dude, Aaron Rodgers this season has been the best quarterback they've had
Since
in
Ben.
half a decade.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
And he might even been better than the last couple of years of
well,
Ben.
that's not really a big bar to triple.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're in charge of personnel, and you can't figure out the number one position you need.
All right, I got one question for you. Are Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin the anti Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel? And that the Titans fired Mike Vrabel because they thought he was too big and scary? Are they too afraid in Pittsburgh to fire Mike Tomlin?
Totally, you're afraid he'll be the number one candidate on the block over Harbaugh.
You know, like the crazy eyes and the, you know.
There's probably some of that, but also, like, to take it to the personnel side. I'm not making an excuse for him. Do you think there's anything Aaron could have done last night? Because he was running for his life.
Nope, not at all.
And I don't think there's a game plan that you can go in with when Aaron is running for. He's pressured 17 times.
What did we say coming out of the Baltimore game? What did I say coming out of the Baltimore game? Person that's most excited that Ravens missed that field goal was DK Metcalf. I forgot DK Metcalf was on the field last night.
Because he couldn't get rid of the ball.
Nope, didn't matter.
Like I want to pull up his time to throw last night because it had to be like 2.5 seconds.
Had to be brutal.
Because he had no time at all. I mean, they're showing right now on ESPN the strip sack from Rankins, the scoop and score. Those guys were in the backfield before he got set, and it's just like, and that would happen all night long.
Texans defeat the Steelers 36. They will stay on the road and head up north to New England. They'll take on New England. The New England Patriots, let's see, are they a Sunday game? I think they are the Sunday game. What's the 18th today? I can't do math. They'll take on the New England Patriots.
Patriots are Sunday. That is, against the Texans at noon on Sunday.
I left my computer at home, so I'm completely lost today. So thanks for bearing with me, friends. When we come back, let's get into Justin Herbert. Drake May delivers. Chargers woes again in a playoff, but we'll send it to the Kahuna with sports.
You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, after last night's Texans whooping of the Steelers, the NFL's divisional round is all set. Saturday starts with the Bills at Bo Nix and the Broncos. That's a 1:30 kick. The nightcap is the 49ers at the Seahawks. That'll be 5 o'clock on Fox. Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan will start at 3 o'clock. Then on Sunday, it's a noon kick for the Texans at the Patriots on ESPN and ABC. And then 3:30, NBC and Peacock, the Rams at the Bears. Over in the association, the Trailblazers back on the court tonight after seeing their 5-game win streak snapped Sunday against the Knicks in San Francisco to face the Warriors. 8 o'clock tip on NBC and Peacock. Jeremy Grant is doubtful due to Achilles tendonitis. Denny Avdia out with lower back soreness. The Blazers are 10.5-point dogs. And ESPN Shams Charania reporting Maverick star Anthony Davis expected to have surgery on his left hand to repair ligament damage. He will miss several months. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-894-3737. That's 800-894-3737.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business.
Keep your thoughts coming in, 503-864-6326. Jordan brings up a great point right here on the text. Tomlin can still be a great coach, and the Steelers can still need a change. Both can be true.
Yeah.
And are, in my opinion. You're totally right. Without a doubt. This is not...
Mike Tomlin, come on down to the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is not that Mike Tomlin is a washed coach. It's just, it's over. If it's over for Harbaugh in Baltimore, it can be over for Tomlin. Now, Tomlin's got more street cred than Harbaugh in terms of how long he's been there, and, he's won a Super Bowl just like Harbaugh has. And I think, if you put them up against each other, I assume Tomlin would get hired before Harbaugh. He would be the choice before Harbaugh. It's close. But I never thought the Ravens would move on from Harbaugh.
No, and we're already getting some more firings alongside this. You see the Chargers have moved on?
I have not.
They fired their offensive coordinator and offensive line coach.
Well, good. Let's get into that game because, Jesus, are we serious here?
I mean, if this game didn't happen last night, that was going to take the award for just craptacular game of the weekend.
I mean, I am fully aware of the offensive line situation in L.A. I am fully aware of that. And, you said you're kind of a Tomlin apologist. I can be a little bit of a Herbert apologist. I love his I love how he's built. He's got a cannon of an arm,
he's built
giant shoulders.
Yeah.
He can run. Like I like Herbie a lot. And I thought Harbaugh would be great. Would be great there. Now I know Justin Herbert's no J.J. McCarthy, according to Jim Harbaugh.
Ready to rock.
But Justin Herbert is a damn good quarterback. But I cannot for the life of me figure out how the Chargers walked into this game. They had players telling other players on New England, we had no idea what your scheme was on defense. We were so confused and so lost that I, as a professional athlete, coached by Jim Harbaugh, cannot tell you what you were doing schematically against us. It's embarrassing. Okay.
Which is why you have your offensive coordinator fired.
Look, the Steelers are just kind of bad, all right? And that's why they lose that game. That division was garbage. Lamar's hurt all year. Joe's hurt all year. You know, that team was just not very good. And that division was not very good, but somebody's got to win.
And Greg Roman is not a guy who's known around the league as being a putz.
No, but what happens there? Like, I lost a beer bet because my buddy said, I'll take the Patriots by double digits. Me, stupidly thinking double digits was a lot more than it actually is, lost said bet because the Chargers did not show up.
No.
Herbert's bad. That offense was bad. That the game plan, the structure, in fact, the entire game was bad. It's not like the Patriots were any good.
No.
It took a Drake May touchdown dime to Hunter Henry.
Inch perfect, just dot.
In the fourth quarter to make this a game. Like, what? I laughed yesterday that I wanted to thank this game for being kind of garbage because I was exhausted.
Because we were all up on pins and needles through every other game.
From how great everything else was. You give me 48 hours later, and that's an abomination. I want that time back. I'd rather go watch Stanford, Hawaii.
No, you wouldn't.
I know. But I did watch that.
You did watch that.
I think I watched more of that game than I did in this game.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't want to sit here and hang Herbert and blame him for everything.
No, it's not his fault.
Well, there's some of it. And that's the thing is, like, because of where we are and because of how many Duck fans, it's, Herbert can do no wrong. It's always the offensive line's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. I am not sitting here blaming Herbert. He is also not blameless.
Without a doubt. I do agree.
You can't sit here and say, well, they just have bad luck every year. Because you know what? You go a little bit further north, Brock Purdy's gotten it done with dudes murdered everywhere.
And Brock Purdy not having a good game. He didn't have a great game against Philly.
No.
And he played really well. And I would take Justin Herbert over Brock Purdy 1,000 times.
And
out of
how many
1,000.
times have we seen this with Brock, though, now?
Well, and that's how many times have we seen this with Justin now, too. Like, as much as I like Herbert, and as much as I do think that there is an excuse to be made about a porous offensive line.
It goes back to kind of what Jordan was saying, the whole idea of Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin can still be a great coach, and they can still need to move on. Justin Herbert can still be a very good quarterback and also still have some very real issues.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand the playoff issue because when he plays football, he always looks calm, poised. He seems like a smart guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, the tools are there.
Nobody looks at Justin Herbert and goes, that's a dumb quarterback.
No. And nobody looks at him and says he's not built.
No.
He's twice the size of Brock Purdy.
Yeah. He's one of the bigger quarterbacks in the league. It's really only, just Josh?
Yeah, of left.
Like
Of all
Drake.
Bo's good size.
Yeah,
I mean, not Josh.
Yeah.
Nobody's Josh.
Yeah, but it's Josh, Justin, and probably Drake.
Probably.
Trying to think off the top of my head. Trevor.
Oh, Trevor, yeah.
But that's probably the list of like the big quarterbacks, like 6'4" plus. Just
well, and
built
it's not
dudes.
just tall, but yeah, the
solid.
giant shoulders and big chests. Yeah.
But other than that, Stafford's decent size. Tua's tiny, Kyler's tiny, Caleb's smaller. Jordan Love's got good size, but nobody talks about him being a big quarterback.
No.
Goff's normal size.
Sam Darnold's normal size.
Donald's normal size. Like I think
Goff's a little thin, but normal size.
What I mean? Like you look around, like, am I missing anybody else? Baker's obviously smaller. Bryce is tiny as could be.
No, I think you're onto it.
Cam's smaller. Ward, he's tall, but he's skinny.
You said Cam, and I instantly thought of Cam Newton. I was like, that dude's a monster.
No, that's the most physical quarterback we've ever seen play the game. Just kind of going around the league. Like, nobody's really that big, and has those tools.
And to bail out Herbert a little bit, I saw the stat that nobody has dropped back more than he has this year, and that's not drop back to pass. That's drop back because I got to get the hell out of the way. And so there is some of that. But again, it's kind of like I said with Tomlin, I'm running out of excuses a little bit. I'll bail you out on this one. It's like the buddy that keeps making a mistake. You're like, you know what? I see it this time.
Yep.
I see it this time. There's a lot that's not on you.
The excuse making has to kind of stop now.
Agreed. That's a good point.
Like that's where we're at.
Because look, the Brandon Staley stuff was a real rough time.
100%.
No doubt about that.
And the injuries are a real thing. But when Joe Burrow was out there with no defense, taking his team to a Super Bowl.
I'm also in the line of I thought Harbaugh was a good coach.
I think he's a great coach.
You know, so it's like you shore up the coaching decision. And to your point with the San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan
He's dragging corpses out of freaking graves and winning games.
Kyle Shanahan should win Coach of the Year because of the job he's doing there. And not to say that everybody is Shanny by any means. I mean, clearly he's one of the most brilliant offensive minds, and his coaching tree will rival Parcells someday, or Belichick, et cetera, whatever guy, Seifert and Walsh and those cats. But not everybody can do that, but you are seeing that it is possible. Especially with an above-average quarterback. Because Herbert is way further up the line than Brock Purdy in my book.
Oh, God, talent-wise, not even close.
Brock Purdy's top half of the league.
Sure.
But Justin Herbert has the tools to be a top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
Has the tools. But I got to see it.
Yeah.
I got to see it.
Sometimes, look, and people are, the Duck faithful are in on the text line and the YouTubes of, well, yeah, but.
This isn't always a slash on Herbert.
No,
it's
but,
really not.
But he does, like, sometimes you just have to do the thing. That's what you get graded against, is doing the thing. If the only time you can do it is when everything's perfect and everything's great, you're not him.
Hey, man, do we not hold Lamar Jackson to the same standards?
Perfect.
I mean, Lamar struggles in playoffs. And I got to listen to Marcus Spears go on a tirade about how dare you critique a 2-time MVP.
And
what do we when
tell,
it matters, I kind of can.
And what do we say about Spears? Shut up.
Shut up. And I think if I can say that about Lamar, I can say that about
MVP
Herbert.
award winner.
2 times.
Yes. If you can say it about him, you can
say about
sure
anybody.
as heck say it about Justin Herbert.
What are they going to say about Josh if they don't go to the Super Bowl?
Didn't get it done.
No
McDermott's got to get fired.
No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar.
Yeah.
Get him
and
out.
You couldn't do it? Okay. So
our saying for the day is both can be true.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Thank you, Jordan.
Perfect.
Both can be true. Herbert's a great quarterback.
Yep. But he also has some demons to conquer, and he has had now 3 playoff games that are
woof. We'll wrap up the wild card weekend. Carolina Carolina gives the Rams a scare again, but the Rams come out more concerned for the Rams than this game being close. Might be the hand of Matthew Stafford. We'll finish up wild card weekend next. 105.1 The Fan. Love to have a little conversation here at the top of the 11 o'clock hour just about how great this weekend was. Throw some fun stats at you.
Goodness gracious.
And with the party's only just begun. And that's what's kind of great. And it started with the Rams and the Panthers as the Rams take down the Panthers 34-31 in what was an
Can we take a second?
Without a doubt.
Golf clap, Carolina Panthers. Golf clap. Golf clap.
Bryce Young, golf clap.
Hey, of all the teams out there, of the Andy Dirt Johnsons, nobody's giving us a chance. only one of them showed up.
That's the truth, and Carolina showed up in a big way. Bryce Young, not so bad in this game. Final drive, atrocious. So far for most of the game, though, pretty solid little quarterback.
Totally fine.
Let's not forget.
Which was not something I thought was in his toolbox.
3 years ago, he looked like the worst quarterback since Jamarcus Russell.
Yes.
No offense.
No,
but
trust me.
He looked the worst since Jamarcus.
I don't know if he's a redemption story. I don't know if he's full-on Baker. I don't know if he's Sam Darnold.
No, I don't know
because here's the thing. As small as Baker is, he plays 5 inches tall.
And he's not that small.
No. And Bryce plays like Baker's size.
Now, the different... so he plays bigger, but it's just the other small quarterback. What Bryce has that Baker didn't, and what Sam Darnold sure as hell didn't, is his team around him is pretty solid. It's good coaching. It's some good players around there.
Give Canales credit.
They are building something in Carolina that is, yes, they're an under 500 team. Yes, they won a bad division. But we just got done talking about the Steelers, saying the same thing about them. This Carolina Panther team, they backed their way in? Sure. Did they need the Bucs to kind of collapse a little bit? Sure. Is there still some big questions at quarterback and some player? Sure. That team
showed up
again against a Rams team that a lot of people think can win a Super Bowl, and myself included.
And if not for an absolute dart from Stafford to Parkinson, Morrig was right there. I mean, it's within an inch of his fingertips. And if not for that, that's where you're standing.
Without a doubt. And this game got real dicey when Matt Stafford threw the ball and hit his hand on a helmet. And I got really, really worried there.
He still threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I got really worried there because I'm not rooting for the Rams. They're not my squad by any means, but I think they're one of the top 3 best teams in the NFC. And for them to go down because Stafford went down, who somehow survived all season hurt-free. I mean, hurt-free, quote unquote.
Nobody's ever hurt-free in the NFL.
Not missing substantial amount of time. And for it to go down like that was going to hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
And I was going to come in like,
This guy had an 8-inch needle shoved into his spine in the preseason.
I didn't even know if he was going to play.
We were all like, I don't know, dog. Typically, when you have a needle shoved into your spine, is he, 38, 37?
Yeah.
Like,
old man, Danny.
Yeah, old. I mean,
old man.
That is old.
You old.
I am old.
I'm old too.
Girlfriend's kids said the other day, like, you're almost a half century old. And I wanted to slap him. And then I was like, he's not wrong.
Preschool's 3 months younger than I am. And they're like, Mom, you still young and pretty.
Yeah,
you
guys
old.
both need to shut up.
Yeah, you are touching that half century. It's within arm's reach.
I told you I can't wait to get old.
Yeah, but with Stafford, I mean, like I said, you have a needle shoved in your spine, and for him, like, is there any argument now? He was the best quarterback in the league this year
for sure. He's going to win the MVP, and it showed it in this game.
Come winning time, we talked about the quarterbacks that have experience coming into the playoffs. With Aaron on the way out and being older, nobody else is more experienced.
Nope.
Nobody else has gone up. Nobody left now with Jalen Hurts out has won it. Who do you trust? Like, what's the gap between Stafford and Allen?
I don't know if it's that big.
Okay.
I don't know if it's tools wise.
No.
Not that big.
Not necessarily tools wise. Belief. Because I have more belief in Stafford. And it's not because I have a low bar on Josh. It's just because I've now watched Matthew Stafford be prolific Matthew Stafford for another year.
I do too. But if we just borderline eviscerated Mike Tomlin and Justin Herbert, like, Josh is going to get that due if he loses to the Broncos this weekend. Because, again, running out of excuses. Like, I want
with Stafford,
to believe. Stafford, I believe you.
But if they lose next week, is McVay going to get killed? Is Stafford going to get killed?
No. With Stafford, I believe you.
Yeah.
With Josh, I want to believe you.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you some blind faith.
Now, where's the gap between the next quarterback?
Oh, giant. They're the only vets. Everybody else are kids.
So
CJ Stroud has the most experience.
It's Bo versus Josh. It's Drake versus CJ. It's Darnold versus Purdy.
Darnold, there's your guy.
And then it's Caleb versus Stafford.
Yeah. It's Stafford
and Josh,
and
Chasm,
Sam, Purdy, Chasm, CJ, Chasm, kids.
Caleb and Bo.
Yeah.
And Drake.
Yeah, they're the kids. They've been in this league for 2 years. Matthew Stafford is 40.
What's crazy is Drake and Bo have played the same number of playoff games. And Caleb. They've all played one.
That's wild. Let me ask you this question. More concerned about the Rams going forward in this playoff or more optimistic about the Carolina Panthers next season? Because the Rams were not perfect in this game.
No.
They had a lot of issues. I mean, Puka showed up again, but Stafford missing some throws. Like, he's only 24 or 42. Those aren't really Stafford numbers. 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 sack.
Yeah,
those are Stafford numbers.
Devontae had a couple drops. I mean, did you see the numbers, the breakout? Puka and Devontae accounted for 15 catches, but they accounted for 31 targets.
See, there are some issues on this Rams team, and the Carolina Panthers, for some reason, can expose it. So I'll ask you, do you like the Rams going forward in this playoff more than Carolina going forward?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's Carolina got to do to get you there? Bryce take another step? Is it just that simple?
It's not a step. You got to throw him 13 yards.
Yeah. He needs to see McDonald's or something.
I don't think it's that. Like, that's the thing is, you just can't overcome size. Who is the greatest small quarterback?
Drew Brees.
And even then, he was 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot.
And he had an accuracy that was one of the best we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's an elite all-time great.
It's like you have to have an out. Like, there's nothing about Bryce that has an outlier to it.
No.
So, but
I mean, Russ is small too, but I think he's 6'3", 6'2".
But he's also built.
Sure.
Like Bryce was probably, if you're talking about Bryce Young versus.
Look, I'm a fatty. There's a chance I weigh more than Bryce Young.
A chance?
I can't tell if I should be offended by that. Should I be offended by that?
I would stake every penny I have on that.
And we're about to find out.
And it's not because of your size; it's because of his size.
Also, by the way, ESPN has Russell Wilson listed as 5'11", 206.
No,
Bryce Young is 5'10", 204.
No, he's not.
That's what it says.
No, I should say Russ. Russ is not 206.
Oh, he's got to be thicker than that.
Yeah,
well, whatever, but still, 5'11".
Again, so you're telling me that you're telling me right now that Bryce Young and Russell Wilson are the exact same size?
No way.
5'11", 204 and 5'11", 206?
No way.
Absolutely not.
No way.
Not a chance.
Russ has so much like muscle hamster to him.
Not a chance.
So, yeah, Russell Wilson, what did I say, 5'11", 206?
Yeah.
Bryce Young listed on ESPN also 5'10", 204.
Yeah, that's what I just looked up. Yeah.
Sorry.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not.
Kid looks so small out there.
Absolutely not.
Oh, man.
Russ might be a legitimate 5'11".
Power to the short people, though.
Yeah,
power to the short people.
But
I'm gonna answer this question. I'm gonna stick on the Carolina Panthers. My Panthers. I like their future. I'm worried about the Rams.
Is it more to do with the Panthers or is it more about the Rams' path?
More about the Rams. Because it's not even just their path. It's that the Rams have got to play a lot better than they have of late.
Oh God, yeah. And look, I heard the boys this morning talking about it.
That includes the game against Seattle. That includes the loss to the Falcons. That includes their loss to Carolina the first time. Like, this team is, to your point about the Jags, this team is kind of the opposite. They're not firing on all cylinders right now.
But still winning.
We just really like Stafford and really like Puka and really like McVay.
Well, and we like their defense, too.
Sure.
And they gave up 31 to the Panthers, but their defense is good, too. You've got Bills, Broncos, Patriots, Texans, Seahawks, Niners, Bears, Rams. The game that is, without a doubt, the drunkest of these games is Bears-Rams.
Yes. As far as who's drunk, yes.
Yeah, there is not an outcome between those two that is not believable. Bears go in there, or Rams go into Chicago in that freezing cold and get the crap knocked out of them. Not surprised. Rams go up there and score 40 on the Bears because the Bears defense is terrible. Not surprised. This thing is an absolute slugfest. They both score 32 plus. Not surprised. It's a complete S show, and it comes down to a last-second field goal for either team. Not surprised.
I think you're right.
There's nothing in that game where you're like, this happened. I'd be like, every other game, you're like, I can, Broncos defense against Bills offense. Okay. Seahawks Niners part 3. Yeah, okay. Patriots, Texans, 2 young up-and-coming teams with 2 head coaches that want to bite through steel. Okay. Bears, Rams, Ow!
This is why I don't have a favorite team, and this is why I'm not a gambler. Drink at home. Because I'm with you. I have no idea. That is the drunkest game of the weekend. Let's take a pause. Let's recap some fun stats to share with everybody how wild this wild card weekend was and how the NFL is just the gift that keeps on giving. Hour number deuce next. Portland Sports Leader 105.1 FM, 1080 AM.
Texting.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan. After last night's Texans whooping of the Steelers, the NFL's divisional round is all set. Saturday starts with the Bills at Bo Nix on the Broncos. That is at Bo Nix and the Broncos, for a 1:30 kick. The nightcap is the 49ers at the Seahawks at 5 o'clock on Fox. Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan will start at 3 o'clock. Then on Sunday, it's a noon kick for the Texans at the Patriots on ESPN and ABC, and then 3:30 NBC and Peacock, the Rams at the Bears. Over in the association, the Trailblazers back on the court after seeing their 5-game win streak snapped Sunday against the Knicks. In San Francisco tonight to face the Warriors, 8 o'clock tip on NBC and Peacock. Jeremy Grant doubtful due to Achilles tendonitis. Denny Avdia, he's out with lower back soreness. The Blazers are 10.5-point dogs. ESPN's Shams Charania reporting Maverick star Anthony Davis expected to have surgery on his left hand to repair ligament damage. He will miss several months. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan.
Hour number deuce here. Firm of Harris Meringue, Portland Sports Leader. You missed it in the first hour. You can download that, the Fan Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app. Check us out over on YouTube. If you missed a West Coast Bias edition of Primetime last night with Andrew Nemec and Jason Chikanik, you can check that out. Or if you missed Sunrise, guys, Dirt and Sprague this morning, you can check that out. The YouTube, Odyssey app, wherever. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future, that would be impossible. Coming up this hour, we'll get to some Liam Cohen situation in just what's really, really strange. And I'm fascinated and excited to have you with me, Danny, as someone who sits in that room frequently in addressing that situation. I've also got some fun audio about Eagles fans, so we can make fun of them all we want, and Web Gem should be a pretty good one. But to put a bow a little bit on the, wild card weekend, one that was one for the ages, that's for sure. A stat that I wanted to save for this to just kind of show you how, not just exciting, but just kind of how strange some of these games were. From the 1 minute, 11 second mark of the second quarter to the 5 minute and 39 second mark of the fourth quarter, the Chargers did not record a single passing yard. That's 25 minutes and 32 seconds of total game clock. From the end of the second quarter to halfway, almost 5 minutes left in the game.
It's all Harbaugh's fault, the offensive line's fault, the wide receiver's fault, the tight end's fault.
Not the quarterback.
Not the quarterback.
1 of 7 during that span with a 0-yard pass is the only completion.
Nobody else's fault. Nobody else's fault.
I just felt that was an absolutely wild stat from an already crazy wild weekend. All games leading in to said Chargers-Patriots game. So you're talking Rams-Panthers, Bears-Packers, Bills-Jags, and Niners-Eagles. All games decided by 4 points or fewer. All had a game-winning touchdown in the final 3 minutes. And 12 lead changes in the fourth quarter. That's a record for a postseason.
Yes.
Not for a round.
Not for a game, not for a round.
I think the record is 6.
We hit because it was at 9 with 3 games to go, I think. It was 2 or 3 games to go.
Yeah. I was texting you. I was like, there's 10. And then you were like, there's 12.
Mm-hmm. It was the best opening round playoff series of games we've ever had.
It's wild. I was listening to Dirt and Sprague this morning. We're talking about
the boys.
The boys, excuse me. We're talking about college football playoff expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of having this thought in my head. I'm kind of, trying to think of content for us and different angles to approach some stuff. And I'm trying to think to myself, well, why do these guys have all these problems? Because the NFL, blah, 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 college is getting so much closer to the NFL in terms of popularity and et cetera, et cetera. How come that they can't just get this right like the NFL? And
because nobody does parody like the NFL.
Exactly.
No
and
one.
It dawned on me that nobody does parody like the NFL, and the NFL is not married to their networks.
Not only that,
college
they're not married to a single team or group of teams.
Exactly.
It does not. If the Jacksonville Jaguars are in the Super Bowl against,
it's still the highest rated Super Bowl in the history because next year's will be the highest, and then the year after that will be.
It
the
does
highest.
not. There is no league where the name on the back means less than the NFL.
And what the NFL does a really, really good job that college should try to figure out, if only they had somebody to run the ship down there, is college can, like you said, can be a servant of a specific network or a specific conference.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL says we are a servant to ourselves. You, my friends, can figure that out.
We need to pivot.
Why? What's up?
Mike Tomlin is stepping down.
Woo!
Holy
goodness. Did your Batman watch just tell you that?
Yes, it did.
Dude, do I need to get a Batman watch, or will it still not do anything because I don't have Twitter?
Mike Tomlin just notified the team in a meeting that he is stepping down after 19 seasons.
Well,
so he is not going to be fired. He is going to go out on his own terms.
Well, I think we always knew that it was going to be mutually parting of ways, or he steps down. I don't think the Steelers were ever going to fire him.
That's nuts, though.
Enter Marcus Freeman. Do I get my conspiracy theory here?
Let's fire it back up.
Fire it back up.
So the AFC North has fired 3 of its 4 coaches.
A buddy sent me
3 of 4 coaches are gone.
A buddy sent me a Photoshop picture of Kurt Signetti in a Steelers polo of some sort.
There you go.
I mean, how desirable is the job? Let's ask that question real quick.
Very.
Before we get to Tomlin,
yeah.
How desirable is the Pittsburgh Steelers job?
Who is a more
it, despite what we just went through?
Who is a okay? Who are the jobs that are open right now? Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, Arizona. What am I missing? Missing 2.
Cleveland.
Cleveland and
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Thank you. Okay.
Well, there's a couple halves and a bunch of have-nots.
I would argue the worst job open right now is Miami.
Yes, that roster is really tough. Stephen Ross is tough. I counter with Arizona and Tennessee. Those are the 3 worst jobs.
Tennessee's got a cleaner slate.
I think you can always go with Arizona.
Tennessee also, in theory, has their quarterback.
Cleaner slate.
Where'd he go to school? Where'd Cam Ward go to school?
Miami.
Correct.
Yeah. I can give him to you.
Incarnate Word.
For those playing the drinking game at home, I
go.
just wanted to keep you on your toes there.
But let's work our way backwards here. So, are we in agreement? Miami, worst job in the league?
I don't know if I'm in agreement, but definitely in the bottom.
Okay, Cleveland.
I'm going to stick with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Sorry.
I like the Cleveland job more than, wow.
I don't.
I
because
like
of
the
ownership.
Cleveland job more than Miami.
I would say
because I like that defense. You have Myles Garrett.
But that owner.
I know.
Then again,
Stephen Ross ain't no cupcake
no.
either.
You're going to notice there's a similarity in this pattern here. Okay, Arizona. Like those are the 3 worst, right?
Pass.
Okay, then are we going Raiders or Titans?
Titans.
Then Raiders?
Raiders are in Vegas. At least it can attract something. And Mark Davis might be asleep at the wheel. He's not his old man, that's for sure. But
at least there's a semblance of professionalism that's been lightly restored.
Yeah, I'm over the Tennessee Titans owners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then your top 3 jobs are...
Oh, we missed the Falcons.
Oh, I'm sorry, Falcons.
Your top jobs are Falcons,
Giants,
Giants Ravens, Steelers.
Okay. Which of those jobs do you want the most? Because for me, I think it's eye of the beholder. If you want the best young talent and on their way up, Giants. But you have to deal with that family.
And there's still a lot of work to do.
Okay. If you want the highest end players right now, Ravens.
Has to be. You have Lamar.
Good ownership.
Great ownership.
Good front office.
Great city. Shout out Baltimore.
Everything's good there.
If you're listening in Baltimore right now, honk your horn.
But you're also getting pressure immediately.
For sure.
Steelers, of all these franchises, longevity, success.
Most stable.
19 years of over 500. God knows how many playoff runs, Super Bowls, all those things. Ownership, meddlesome, but in a more wholesome meddlesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you've got the Falcons. There's a lot of weapons on both sides of that ball, and ownership, I would argue, is the best as far as wanting something without being Woody Johnson.
Right. I think a
lot of money, demand, but also there's a realization process of we weren't doing this right. We need to restart.
I think there's some moments with Arthur Blank that people can be hesitant, but I don't think it's Woody is a great parallel. It is not out of ill will. No. Sometimes Woody Johnson puts his nose in to put his nose in.
Yes.
And
Arthur Blank makes mistakes.
There you go. That's the difference, you know.
And if you're dealing with
DeBartolo did that with the Niners as well. Like he didn't mean to, he just made mistakes sometimes.
And then
he just came across like a giant jerk.
With New York and Pittsburgh, you've got the Rooneys and the Maros.
Right.
Where you're like, it's football, blood, royalty, but they also can be meddlesome in different ways. But the Steelers are very easily one of the top 4 jobs open.
Apropos of nothing, but Lowercase just texted me and he said, "Well, S."
Yeah. Sorry, Case.
And then he said,
Shout out, Case.
He said, praying for McDaniel now.
Ooh, I think McDaniel needs to go on the OC.
They're going to do what they did with Tomlin. They're going to find somebody we didn't expect that we never really heard of. That is the long-term future.
How about the Texans defensive coordinator?
How about Brian Flores?
Hmm. Yeah.
How about Marcus Freeman?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and hammer this Marcus Freeman thing.
Look, when you brought it up, was it like a month ago? Didn't think it was a bad idea.
No, I think it's a wonderful
Like if you're
idea.
if you're going to pluck somebody from college, I think that's probably who you go with.
Well, I think the thing is, though, is that with Marcus Freeman right now, his fault or not, and however it turns out, we might have to wait and see how some of those things turn out.
Let's put a pin in this real quick. Let's come right back. Mike Tomlin stepping down from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We just kind of talked about what the Steelers job looks like. What does Mike Tomlin look like as a coach now that he's available? Does he become candidate number 1? We'll get to all that. Your thoughts as well, please. 503-864-6326 and the YouTube chat as well. Mike Tomlin out in Pittsburgh. What's next for him? TV or more coaching? 105.1 The Fan. We'll get to this weird Liam Cohen situation in Jacksonville and exchange with a reporter here in about 15 minutes. For those just joining the show, Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, has stepped down and resigned as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You said the Rooneys just put out a statement. You want to read that?
Yeah, Art Rooney just put out a statement during our meeting today. Coach Tomlin informed me that he has decided to step down as our head coach. Obviously, I'm extremely grateful to Mike for all the hard work, dedication, and success we have shared over the last 19 years. It is hard for me to put into words the level of respect and appreciation I have for Coach Tomlin. He guided the franchise to our 6th Super Bowl championship and made the playoffs 13 times during his tenure, including winning the AFC North 8 times in his career. His track record of never having a losing season in 19 years will likely never be duplicated. My family and I and everyone connected to Steelers management are forever grateful for the passion and dedication Mike Tomlin has devoted to Steelers football.
Boy, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. When you say it like that, 18 years, 8 division titles, 13 playoff appearances, and a Super Bowl, that resume is unmatched.
That doesn't sound like a mutual parting of ways.
It does not.
That
No.
sounds like Mike saying, "Time
I
for
know.
me to go."
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of the Jordan statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both things can be true.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin is a great coach, and it might be time to move on. And look, shout out Mike Tomlin for going out on his shield.
Sure.
On his terms. Because
Sure.
we kill coaches for hanging on too long and getting fired. Now, Mike Tomlin could get hired right now.
Right now. That's the question. Like, everybody always talks. It's always funny how everybody always talks about how great these people would be in a booth, you know, like at a morning show or halftime, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And
Mike Tomlin Unleashed.
I think we use that a little too often and kind of just blanket statement on that. Now, Mike Tomlin is great when he is representing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is Mike Tomlin going to be critical of people? Is he going to be the red ass he is as a coach on TV?
I will say,
I don't know that.
The last Steelers coach that moved to TV, Cowher, was good.
Still doing pretty good. Although I watched Cowher the other day because they don't have Matt Ryan on the desk
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Now it's just Nate, him, and JB. He was a little bit of an old man there for a moment. Nate was kind of giving him the Herbie DeCorso treatment a little bit.
Well, he's
like
been doing it a long time now.
Correcting him on.
Think about it. 19 years at least.
Correcting him on players' names, etc., stuff like that. I'm with everybody. We see him on your on the text line on the YouTube as chat. Like, I think Tomlin would be good on TV, but I don't know if he'd be as great as we think he is.
How old do you think Cowher is?
Because guys that are red asses are not always continuous red asses on TV. Not everybody's Roy Keane.
Well,
and if you don't get that joke, then I don't know what to tell you.
Nick Saban.
But Saban's methodical about it, but he's pretty good. Saban's
by the
pretty
way,
good.
Cowher, I'm going to guess, oh God, I hope my kids are listening. 6'7".
So close. So close.
67?
68.
Hey. Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, Cowher's 68, man. Like, he's damn near 70 years old. That's what happens when you move to the booth and the guy that replaces you coaches for 2 decades.
What is the value of Mike Tomlin as a coach?
Oh my God, so Bill Cowher was in his 40s.
When he retired? I mean, he'd been there for a long time and finally
He
got
took
a Super
over
Bowl.
real young.
I know, but it felt like he was old when he left. And anyway,
Well, that's more like Norm from Cheers old. Everybody back then would just look
Right.
older. And also the butt chin. When you've got that big chin with the dimple in it, you just look a little more refined.
Yeah. By the way, George Wendt, uncle of Jason Sudeikis.
There you
go. Mike Tomlin as a head coach still.
I mean, me as Raiders fan, sign me up. Sign me up.
What is the better fit for Mike Tomlin? Is the better
Ravens.
fit for Mike
Ravens.
Tomlin? What I was going to ask is the better fit for that would be a spectacle.
Oh, but
Ravens fans
lowercase, I'm sorry. I know that's the last thing you want to hear.
Ravens fans instantly shift their opinion on Mike Tomlin. And
that does
Steelers fans really hate the Ravens now. But if you're a team that wants Mike Tomlin, are you better suited to be in a position of growing or in a position of winning now? Because the Raiders, look, let's take your Raiders, for example. The Raiders bring in Pete Carroll to try to create some stability, all right? That franchise had been firing coaches like it was going out of style.
Worked out great.
They bring in Pete Carroll to try to solidify some
Pete
things.
was always going to be a short timer.
Yes.
No matter what, he was always going to be a short timer.
We knew that. We didn't know it was going to be this short.
Exactly. I don't think they expected things to be that bad. So there are teams that need some just structural stability. The Raiders, Browns. Now, I don't think Tomlin will ever sniff the Cleveland Browns. I actually don't think he will ever sniff the Ravens either. Do you want Tomlin to come in and stabilize your franchise, or do you want Tomlin to come in and take your team who's on the precipice to be something?
Yes.
You have to choose one.
Well, you're going to hire him long-term no matter what.
10 toes down. It's a 5-year minimum.
Stabilizing.
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 So you'd want him in a Cleveland, a Vegas,
honestly,
a Tennessee.
Honestly, I think the best option for him, legitimately, Atlanta.
Without a doubt. I was just about to say that.
Oh,
Atlanta.
by the way,
because it's both a stabilizer and a build forward.
Tomlin will turn 54 in March.
I know
if
this
that helps.
And let me ask you this as well. We kind of just laughed and joked about it, and I think it's fun for like us that do sports entertainment, talking and media, for example. There is no reality in which either Harbaugh or Tomlin coach for the other team. I don't see it.
I don't either, but I'm here for the giggles.
There is a lot of, like you said, in the NFL, it is not about the name on the back, okay? It's about the name on the front. It's about the shield. I think that there are some pettiness and some rivalries that go so much deeper than that. May I introduce you to Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson has been in Chicago for a cup of coffee and maybe a sandwich, and he has decided the worst organization on planet Earth is the Green Bay Packers. There are some instances in which you just don't cross that line. If Seahawk fans needed a defensive coordinator in 3 years and Robert Saleh got hired at Arizona and then fired and you hired Rob Saleh, I don't know if Seahawk fans freak out that much.
No.
In comparison, if the Steelers hired John Harbaugh, bro, like people are driving to Pittsburgh to burn his house down.
Yeah.
I don't see a world where Harbaugh and Tomlin live in that. Now, the television is going to talk to me about it obnoxiously for the next, 6 weeks. I can't see that as a possibility.
Dan Lanning leaves Oregon for UW.
Exactly.
Like that's what we're dealing with.
That's what we're talking about. And that's not gonna
No.
happen. Lincoln Riley takes the Notre Dame job because Marcus Freeman's at Pittsburgh. No. Like
Lowercase is in on the YouTube chat and he says, if Tomlin goes to the Ravens, we riot.
Exactly. There are some rivalries and some pettiness.
Some lines you don't cross.
You just don't cross it. And I would argue that the Steelers, the Rooneys, and the Ravens organization won't even entertain bringing them in the building. Because even if you don't hire Harbaugh in Pittsburgh, fans are not going to be very happy about that. If you're not going to hire Tomlin, but he steps in the building, they're going to think he actually didn't get fired by the Steelers, and he's just espionage.
There you go.
He's just trying to get Lamar to Pittsburgh. He doesn't really want the job. He's just trying to steal our guy. Like, that's what's – talk about tinfoil hats. That's what's going to go down.
Pack him up, send him to Atlanta.
I love Atlanta. I'm curious if Atlanta is Harbaugh's first choice too. And now
he interviewed.
Now you're. But I'm curious if they're his first choice.
I think if you're looking at the two teams that I would look at with both those coaches are the Giants and the Falcons because they both have stuff. They're both building. Like you don't have a quarterback in Atlanta. You do have a quarterback in New York.
You might have a quarterback in Atlanta. I don't think we can bury Penix yet.
I'm not burying him, but his injuries are just.
I know he's not my guy.
Real
but
concern.
He's not my guy, but I'm not going to bury him yet.
But you have other stuff. You have the best running back in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a freak tight end in Pitts who seems to have finally figured it out.
You got good hands receiver in Drake London.
You've got a monster wide receiver. You've got dudes all over the defense. Like you've got a solid offensive line. Like you've got stuff to work with on both for Atlanta and for like in New York. You have a defensive line that's nasty. You've got Malik Neighbors. You've got Jackson Dart. You need an offensive line. But like you're not going to Miami, you're not going to Cleveland, you're not going to Tennessee, and
Vegas,
basically starting from scratch.
It's funny too because Tomlin came as a defensive guy, Harbaugh came as a special teams guy, but these are not specialists anymore.
No,
these are head coaches that put good people around them.
That have Lombardis to their resume.
Sometimes they make mistakes and guys they put around them. Tomlin hasn't always had the greatest assistants.
So how many active head coaches do we have right now with a title? Reed,
Andy,
Sirianni, Peyton. Is that it? Is that the active coaches with titles right now?
Yes. McVay,
yeah. Yeesh.
Checking my brain. Yes.
Good God.
That's it. Vrabel as a player,
I mean, there's plenty of guys that have gotten him.
Sure.
As coordinator. I'm talking as a head coach.
Nope. That's it. That's the list. If I'm Atlanta and say I'm the number one job,
who do you want, Harbaugh or Tomlin?
I don't know. I think I want Harbaugh.
I think I want Tomlin.
Is that the best way to explain this show and this dynamic?
Yeah.
Is that I'm a Harbaugh and you're a Tomlin?
I think I like Harbaugh better overall as a coach.
I mean, I like John more than Jim.
But I think I like Tomlin more for Atlanta.
You're talking fit.
Yeah.
I think I want Harbaugh if I'm Atlanta. If I'm Harbaugh, I think I take the Giants job.
It seems to make more sense.
Well, and I'm also like smelling my own farts over here. I love that Giants job.
I think those are two really good jobs.
Because you got a lot to build up, but God, your early infrastructure feels nice.
It does, and you're not, the thumb pressure isn't there. Like, who wants to?
However,
do you want to follow Tomlin in Pittsburgh?
However, here's the problem, though, that both of these guys might run into. We talk about NFL purgatory all the time. Harbaugh walks into this Arizona Cardinals team this year. Okay, they had what, 2 wins, 3 wins? Tomlin gets you what, 4 wins? So now you're at 7. You're not drafting very high, but you need a lot of players. That would be my hesitation of one of these guys at a bad team. Because these coaches, if you want to use baseball WAR, for example, these coaches have a WAR of like 3 wins, 3 wins. And as great as it is to raise your floor, it makes it difficult to build.
Yeah, and that's why I say, like, if you're going to go take over a team, I would take over, if you're one of Harbaugh or Tomlin, and this isn't me just being selfish or biased, I would rather take over the Raiders in the sense that the Cardinals are in complete and utter disarray. There's nothing there where you're just like, okay, the contracts are nightmare fuel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, same thing with the Dolphins. You have all these contracts, but you don't, like, if you trade things away, you're not getting a ton. If you go to a team like the Raiders or you go to a team like the Browns, as bad as they are, and they both have their issues, you're not looking at their books and going, oh God, what do we do here?
Well, and that's what I feel like every time, like, coordinators get new jobs, a lot of times, if they're kind of good coordinators, but not the Ben Johnsons, Mike McDonald's of the world, they get the Carolina, Tennessee, Arizona jobs because we know you're going to suck. And I need you to suck for 3 years while we get some draft picks, and then you're fired.
Which the Jaguars did through multiple coaches.
You see this in baseball, too.
And look, let's face it, most of the time when NFL head coaching jobs open up, it's because you're not a good team.
Right.
And so,
you got to remember that. I mean, it's not often that Steelers and Ravens open up.
Right.
And not just them as organizations, but teams with that kind of talent.
Here's also another point about Atlanta. If you're Tomlin, you go to Atlanta, you don't have to worry about Burrow, Mahomes, or Allen.
I saw that on the text line. Yeah, it's truth. It's truth. You got to worry about Baker and Bryce. And who else is in their division?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Baker, Bryce.
I'll worry about those two instead.
And our rookie of the year, Louisville, Texas Tech, Oregon legend, Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck's probably the next Joe Burrow.
There you go. Tyler Shuck or Justin Herbert.
When we come back, let's get into this. Stop it, Daniel. Stop it, I tell you. When we come back, we'll get into this Liam Cohen, Jacksonville Jaguar reporter issue. We'll do all that next. But there's Rusty with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, after last night's Texans whooping of the Steelers, the NFL's divisional round is all set. Saturday starts the Bills at Bo Nix and the Broncos. That is a 1:30 kick. The nightcap, the Niners at the Seahawks. That is a 5 o'clock kick on Fox. Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan will start at 3 o'clock. Then it's on Sunday. Noon kick for the Texans at the Patriots on ESPN and ABC. And then 3:30 on NBC and Peacock. It's the Rams at the Bears. Multiple reports say, again, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin telling the team he is stepping down after 19 years. Tomlin was the league's longest tenured head coach. The Trailblazers back on the court tonight after seeing their 5-game win streak snapped Sunday against the Knicks in San Francisco tonight to face the Warriors. 8 o'clock tip on NBC and Peacock. Jeremy Grant doubtful with Achilles tendonitis. Denny Avdia, he's out with lower back soreness. The Blazers are 10.5-point dogs, and ESPN Shams Charania reporting Maverick star Anthony Davis expected to have surgery on his left hand to repair ligament damage. He will miss several months. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m.
We'll have Web Gems coming up here in about 15 minutes like we always do. It is a free consultation Tuesday as well, so 503-864-6326. Anything you need help with, we got you. Your personal life, sports life, whatever it is. You a gambling addict, we'll help you out. Might be a phone call that you need to make, but we'll help you out as best we can. We'll do that at 12:15, so get those questions in as some are already starting to roll in on this great Tuesday. We'll shift away from Mike Tomlin a little bit. I'm sure there'll be more information to come out on that in the upcoming days. We'll take a peek at it, but I did just tell you this, Danny, in the break. I found an old article on ranking with projected starters, rosters in the NFL before this season. Number one on that list was the Baltimore Ravens. I think a lot of that has to do with Lamar Jackson, obviously, and what that team has done, pretty consistently over the last 20 years since they've been there.
Pretty damn good.
Pittsburgh Steelers, number 19.
Yeah.
Ahead of them, the Dallas Cowboys, the Arizona Cardinals, the Chargers, the Bears.
I just saw a Steelers reporter tweet out, well, the Steelers instantly become the best job opening available in the NFL. I'm just like, no. Good, better.
Portland radio host says working in Portland radio is the best city you could work in.
Yeah, it's like, and well, here's the thing. I wouldn't say that. I mean, we all would love to have an NFL team here, MLB team here. Like,
oh, totally.
But it's like,
I don't know if your job is the best job, amigo.
Yeah, dog, it's not. You don't have Aaron Rodgers not under contract. You don't have a quarterback going into next year. Your books aren't great. Your defense is very expensive and not very good. Your one wide receiver is very good, but not the best wide receiver. Yeah. Your running game is meh. Your offensive line needs work. Like,
There's a lot of issues in Pittsburgh, and I think we might see next year that Mike Tomlin kind of masqueraded a lot of those issues.
I would argue pretty clearly they did.
Let's have this conversation. Liam Cohen was congratulated by a reporter after their loss to the Buffalo Bills. Here's that sound right now.
I want to tell you congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank
you.
you.
Hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
What was that?
Okay. So this is going to get.
What's that?
This is going to get dicey. I am not Syracuse Northwestern J School educated guy.
I am.
You are. You're a Murrow grad. Okay.
I am not a Murrow
Oh
grad.
no.
I pretend to be a Murrow
Oh,
grad.
I thought you were a Murrow guy. Okay. Joe is. Simons is. Yep. He's a Murrow guy.
That's why he's a real dude,
Yeah,
and I'm a
but-
fake dude.
I haven't talked to him about this, and I almost guarantee you his opinion and anybody else who went through that level of education, that level of journalistic training. I saw it all over Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really wanted to say it because they knew what the pushback was going to be. It's like, oh, your job's not that hard. And da-da-da-da. Look, guys, I have been in thousands of press conferences. It is okay to do this when the cameras are off. We do it.
Sure.
We do it.
Sure, you can be a reporter, a journalist for a team, and still be a fan.
Yes.
But
and even then, some people still push back against that.
We have Tyson Alger will be on our show tomorrow. He's clearly a Duck kid. You know, he's a fan and all that stuff. But when he asks his questions, he does it super professionally. You know, Brandman's the same way.
When you look, I have told players, hey, hell of a game. Now, I've told the story. When Dame dropped 71. Like, yeah, I was in the locker room. There's no cameras going.
Yeah.
Dame was complaining about how he should have had 90, and I told him to shut up. You just dropped 71, dude. Like, enjoy this. Like, those kind of conversations are totally normal, very commonplace, and happen all the time off camera, off record. That space is reserved for professional conduct. And I saw ESPN, I saw Schefter like, this is great. This is awesome. No, Adam.
Schefter makes it worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, Adam, you know it's not. You know it's not. That's not the place for that. And look, if you want to have the argument that maybe it should be, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as for what that place is for, the conduct that goes into that, on the flip side of it, remember the USC reporter earlier this year who tried to get him
Kid
with
who stepped in it?
Yeah, that's the flip side of it, of the gotcha journalism stuff. Like, that doesn't belong there either.
Right. I want more positivity. I don't want everything to be coaches, being mad and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's why this conversation gets brought up and why this woman is continued to give in the light of day in some markets. It's in a world where things are really crazy and very polarizing and divisive, especially in media.
Mhm.
It is very refreshing.
Negative.
Right.
Negative.
It is
Trust me, I
very
get it.
refreshing to see somebody give flowers to somebody and be a little more positive. I think there's a better way to do that while still doing it.
Yes.
You can praise Liam Cohen, and then your question is, what are the fondest things you will look back on this season? What I will say from her standpoint, potentially, is maybe we don't know because we are literally about as far away as you can get from Jacksonville. Maybe Liam Cohen really has changed things around there. That not just winning football games, but in a spot where the fans feel a little more connected, in a spot where the press feels a little less exiled. Look, Doug Peterson ain't the softest. Herb is Herb.
Yeah.
And maybe that was a breath of fresh air. Now, I agree with you. I don't really want to like support her in this. I don't want to kill her for it, but it's also
It's not that. It's just not the place for it.
as somebody says on the text line, it was her turn to ask a question. What question did she ask?
Yeah, there's no question being asked.
And I think that's where I have
And
an issue.
I'll just tell you this: as somebody who's texting in, I'm going to sound like a complete jerk and da. Fine, I don't care. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not the place for it.
Yeah.
And look, there's 99.99999% of you who will never ever be in that room, and then there's the 0.00001% of us who are and do it daily. The ones that I have yet to run into somebody who does this regularly who's been like, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. It's not the place for it.
Yeah, let me tell you what. I'll open the curtain for me for a little bit. I have been in that situation at a couple Timbers games. 7, 8 years ago.
Mhm.
Swag used to cover him, and then he was out for a couple games, so I went and covered for him. And let me tell you what, guess who did not ask a question both times? This guy right here. Because there's just so much in there that you're just kind of, whoa. That now, if I continue to do it over and over and over, then yeah, you would eventually get there. But you have to understand your place and your fitting. And I think she just missed it.
She
I think
did.
it's part of being positive, but ask a question too.
Look, the first scrums I was ever in was Dame's rookie year, and Dwight James took me under his wing, and he told me, just come stand right here. Don't say anything. Get comfortable. Like, just get those kind of things, and you understand the rhythms.
Let people recognize you before they go, who the hell is that guy?
Right?
Yeah, and it's...
You want to hear one of those? Yeah, several years ago, it was a Trailblazers Rockets playoff series, and we're at the practice facility, and I asked Joel Prisbilla, because they've been struggling for the first couple games of the series, like, what do we think about maybe fronting Yao Ming? And I have never been so terrified by a 7'1" man looking at me like, I want to squash you right now.
Yes, I will kill you.
Yes.
And look, I'm not killing her for what she said.
No, it's just not the right
cool.
place.
It's just not the right place for it.
Yeah,
That's
it's not the right
that's the
place.
thing. And I'm not one of those people like, how dare you? It's not the place for that.
Yeah.
Do you want to have that conversation in 5 minutes in the hallway? Absolutely.
Totally.
And I'm telling you right now.
And if you're Liam Cohen, you're just like, thank you.
And you can tell he's like
Kind of what he kept doing.
He was
Thank you.
appreciative, but he was also thinking like, this isn't the place for this.
Right. Talking through his teeth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because everyone knows what every PR person I've ever talked to have been like, what are you doing?
When we come back, let's get into web gems. I'm not a big consumer of this show, but I found something really funny that Bobby Wagner said on Hard Knocks the other day about how he experienced a plane flight the other day. We'll get to web gems next. Free consultation at 12:15. Get those in 503-864-6326. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. We're Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
time.
Sometimes it's bad.
Ouch, son of a...
It's Web Gems,
What'd you do?
the firm of Harris and Meringue on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this Web Gems do it every single day at 11:45. Bring you something fun from the interwebs and the sports world. Coming up in the big nooner, we'll get to Denny Avdia. He had some interesting comments over the weekend when it comes to the Zebras, as they are known now. Also, we'll try to check in on any sort of potential new development on Denny's injury. Free consultation at 12:15 for you as well, so get some of them questions in. We'll help you out with anything going on in your life, sports, personal, work, whatever it might be. Duck fans out there, you want some consultation? They might not want it from us. I don't think they were very happy with us yesterday.
Yeah, well.
I tried to be nice. I tried my best.
I just honest. And to be honest, I wasn't that hard on him.
No, you really weren't.
I could have gone a lot worse.
You could have gone a lot worse. I'm
But
proud
I
of you.
walked in here and I saw dirt and how beat up he was. He shaved his head. He shaved his face. It's
I don't know, Ward. You were kind of hard on the Beaver last
I
night.
don't know, man. It was, I looked at him and I was like, I feel bad. It was like a monk.
Yeah.
You know,
going into solitude.
Going into solitude, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, I can't do this.
Kiss his wife and boy goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later, bud.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, man, I can't do this to him.
So free consultation.
He
If
did
you-
it on purpose.
If you need it, send them on in. We'll take care of you. Today's Web Gems is brought to you by Hard Knocks. I'm not a Hard Knocks watcher. Are you?
The Giants one was great because you just saw just how many things they got wrong.
But this comes to you from Billy Wagner, as Hard Knocks this year is the NFC East. Oh, did I say Billy? I meant Bobby Wagner. Excuse me. Billy Wagner is a Hall of Fame baseball player who I would not have voted for.
Bobby Wagner probably going to be in.
Bobby Wagner will for sure be a Hall of Famer. That is a Hall of Fame football player, Bobby Wagner. When asked about what he watched on his airplane, it's a little long, but stick with me. It's kind of fun.
You seen The Martian, where he gets stuck in space? You know, that's the only movie I've watched with no sound, and I watched the whole movie. You just had a subtitle? I have nothing, bro. What? I made up my own, like, just what I thought was going on. Was there a reason why you did that? No. I was on an airplane, and you know how I missed the part where they said... That makes sense why you watched it. Pass you out the headphones. So I don't have the headphones that stick into the thing. So the lady next to me was like, had just started the movie, so I was watching it and I just saw crazy going on. And I low-key watched the whole movie. And it was interesting.
So in the 2 hours that you watched that movie, did no flight attendant come ask you want some headphones?
Well, I don't know if she knew. I don't even think I was supposed to be watching the movie. It wasn't on my screen. It was somebody else's screen. So I didn't want her to know that I was looking at her screen. So I was just kind of like looking like this. But it was a good movie. And I've always said to myself, man, I need to watch that movie with sound. But then I was like, I don't want to ruin it because the movie good to me without sound.
Gotta be a good ass movie like it with sound.
If you think professional athletes are something different than human beings, you are wrong.
Yeah.
These are normal human beings.
Well, weird.
I got one question. What
There's
was
a
that
lot
movie?
of weird people.
What was that movie with it? What was it? Method Man and Redman?
How High?
How High? How High?
I don't know about that. Bobby Wagner seems like a legit dude.
All I'll say is Bobby Wagner's got a great imagination.
Without a doubt. I give him a lot of praise for this because there's no way I can do that.
I mean, I will say The Martian is very visual.
For sure. The last time I was on a plane, we were coming back from Baltimore.
Yeah. What'd you watch?
I watched The Godfather.
Yeah.
Now, I was having issues connecting
the Bluetooth,
my AirPod Bluetooth to it. Now, I eventually figured it out, and I figured out how to
Mine connected like
troubleshoot.
somebody else's phone at the same time, and I was like, whoa, no.
But there was a moment where I was like,
Turn off this porn.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I was not going to have audio to listen to the screen in front of me.
And every time they hit the overhead announcements,
yes,
it disconnected.
And
It drove
the
me
headphones
nuts.
they give you are absolute trash. And I just said to myself, well, I guess I'm going to be listening to music, and I think I got the old switch here. I'll play some video games or read a book. I can't watch a movie with no audio.
I wonder when he's watching this movie with no sound, at what point did he go, where did the potatoes come from?
I think, although, to Danny's point, I think The Martian would be a fun one to watch with no sound. Which also leads me to this question. What is the best movie to watch with no sound?
If you go other like time period, space adjacent movie, The Martian or Interstellar?
Interstellar, you will have no idea what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. Martian, it's a very straightforward. I remember reading about it. The guy that wrote the book,
Andy Weir.
Everything
I'm currently reading Project Hail Mary.
Everything about it is based in real science. Like astrophysicists from NASA like advised, like he reached out to PhD professors and adjuncts and all that kind of like all of the science is real. Everything that they talk about is real. So whether it's Donald Glover talking about the slingshot around the planet, which again, in that scene, if you've not seen the movie.
I believe you mean Childish Gambino.
Yeah, exactly. Childish Gambino gets up there and he demonstrates exactly what is about to the process. Like that thing is about that movie. Everything that happens, there's a visual setup for what then transpires.
In Interstellar, when they come off the ocean planet and the dude that's on the space station is like 40 years older,
you're like, what?
What is going on here?
And there's nothing to signify that because what makes that movie is the sound.
I think it's a Christopher Nolan thing too that you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You want to try to watch what's that Leo movie that he did? Inception?
Oh God, yeah.
With no sound?
Or Tenet?
Bro, you might as well just take drugs.
I mean, Tenet's the same way.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. Is it good?
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Look, people who like Inception, like Tenet, they
I like movies that make
and
me
Interstellar.
think.
But
I like
all,
movies that make me
but
think.
all three of those movies, the fans of those movies all think that it's the greatest movie ever made. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
They're all very good. I'm not poo-pooing them at all. But like, oh my God, this is such an like ingenious idea. How could nobody ever think of this? And it's like M. Night Shyamalan. It's you watch it once, like you got it.
I like how you just took a backdoor shot at Christopher Nolan and called him M. Night Shyamalan.
Well, here's the thing.
The reigning best director, Christopher Nolan.
I'm terrified of what Christopher Nolan is going to do.
Don't
with
you
the
guys go
Odyssey.
poop on M. Night Shyamalan?
Are you really terrified of what he's going to do with the Odyssey?
The Odyssey is my single favorite piece of
I know.
literature.
You're terrified.
Because I don't think anybody can get it right, especially not in one movie.
Yeah.
I think it needs multiple movies because it's so long and so in depth. But that's
Christopher Nolan's one I'd give a shot at.
Look,
though.
if you're gonna give somebody a shot, it's him. But to this point, like Bobby Wagner's imagination is clearly very good, but it also goes to show you just how unique of a film The Martian is because the visual quality and the setup for each part of it. You know what I mean?
There is a new movie coming out by the guy who wrote The Martian, Andy Weir.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary.
What's the gist?
I'm about to. There is something that is about to wipe out all of mankind, and this guy wakes up and realizes he's by himself and no one's around him, and he has to figure out how to save all mankind, but he's like 40,000 light years away. Starring Ryan Gosling. I'm very upset about this.
Are we?
I'm really excited to read this book, but now I know that Ryan Gosling's the lead character. That I'm like, ugh.
Who are me more?
Not a Gos guy.
I cannot
Not a
hate
Gos
Ryan
guy.
Gosling.
And
I want to so bad, and I love the hell
Who
out
are
of
we
him.
more tired of? Ryan Gosling or Glenn Powell?
Oh, Glenn Powell.
Probably
Ryan
Glenn
Gosling.
Powell.
Ryan Gosling can actually act. He's just not my actor. Glenn Powell, I'm over.
I think they can both act.
I'm
but
over Glenn Powell.
I know this is totally.
I saw
random
Glenn
adjacent.
Powell and Sydney Sweeney in a movie, and I was like, dope. Never watching that.
Yeah.
I will never see that movie. I promise you, I will never, ever see that movie.
The Hollywoodification of, hey, this star is hot, make 13 movies in
Yeah.
4 years with them.
It gets exhausting.
It's
Right
burning
now,
me
right now,
out.
right now.
Yeah.
But I also get it from from the actor or actress's perspective.
Get paid, get rich.
And then go do whatever you want to do for the next 30 years.
Without a doubt.
Has anybody watched the what is it? The Chad Powers yet?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's
Because I'm
fun.
over this dude.
I
haven't watched it. I mean,
Look, the
I
very
get it. Ted Lasso was a cool show. We don't
Right.
need to try to find 35 ways to make
But
it.
I will say the first episode of Chad Powers, right out of the gate, you're like, okay, this is fun. It's fun little show.
I think as long as it's one of those that it knows what it is, you know what I mean? Then it's probably fine. But again, yeah, I think because it basically is leaning on the what was the old ad campaign of Eli Manning putting on the facial prosthetics and going undercover, right?
Kyrie being the old man being uncle.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Ooh, here's a submission. Best no sound movie by far. I Am Legend.
Movie's
Very
scary.
very visual.
Movie's very scary.
Very visual.
I'm scared.
Also, I don't ever want to see a movie where a dog dies.
I know.
I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
That's why I haven't seen John Wick.
Well, that
Dude, my mom texted me yesterday and told me
enraged
I
me.
need to watch John Wick.
Dude, it's
You do need to watch John Wick.
At bare
I was like, if
minimum,
my mom is texting me, thumbs up.
You do need to watch John Wick.
Coming full circle to what we talked about yesterday, Kevin Nash is in it.
Like the wrestler Kevin Nash?
Yeah, makes a little cameo. But the
And you get to what is it, number 3, where you get Boban
Boban.
and his giant goldfish hands.
and yeah, that fight
Bogdanovich?
scene. That fight scene is incredible. No, the first John Wick masterpiece. I would put the first John Wick up as one of the best action films of all time, hands down.
All right, fair enough. Coming up in the big nooner, we'll get to Denny and the Zebras. Also, hopefully, any updates on that injury. I'll ask my Blazer guy right next to me. Free consultation as well at 12:15, 503-864-6326, or the YouTube chat. The big nooner is next. Stick with us. We're having a wonderful time on a Tuesday. Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan, after last night's Texans whooping of the Steelers, the NFL's divisional round is now all set. Saturday starts with the Bills at Bo Nix and the Broncos. That's a 1:30 kick on CBS. that nightcap. The Niners at the Seahawks at 5 o'clock on Fox. Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan will start at 3 o'clock. And then on Sunday, it's a noon kick for the Texans at the Patriots on ESPN and ABC. And then 3:30 on NBC and Peacock. You got the Rams at the Bears. Multiple reports say Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin has told the team he is stepping down after 19 years. Tomlin was the league's longest tenured head coach. Over in the association, the Trailblazers back on the court after seeing their 5-game win streak snapped Sunday against the Knicks. They're in San Francisco tonight to face the Warriors. 8 o'clock tip, late 8 o'clock tip on NBC and Peacock. Jeremy Grant, doubtful due to Achilles tendonitis. Denny Avdia is out. He's got some lower back soreness. The Blazers are 10.5-point dogs. And ESPN's Shams Charania reporting Maverick star Anthony Davis expected to have surgery on his left hand to repair ligament damage. He's going to be out for several months. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rest from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every single day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're happy to have you along. Coming up this hour, we'll get to free consultation, 12:15, so you can get those in on the fan text line, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTube chats. Coming up after us, we'll toss it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2. Then we'll give it to Luke Anderson again for the fan happy hour from 2 to 3. And then it's prime time, baby. 3 to 7 and take you all the way home. Finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio.
Castaway. Good no sound movie.
Excellent. I mean, there's really no dialogue.
For what, an hour and a half?
I don't think it's that long.
It's really long.
But I mean, it's a good probably half hour or so.
I think if you take away any dialogue with Wilson, there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
For like an hour and a half. That's a long movie.
Well, no, it is. Yeah, it's a 2.5 hour movie. But yeah, you have that one stretch of absolutely zero dialogue. I think it's half hour, 45 minutes. But the worst, not the worst part, the biggest thing is you don't really realize it.
You know what would really get you, especially if you were in dabbling in some of the things that come from the ground when it's rainy?
You're going to have some kind of a zinger here, aren't you?
2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
You watch that movie, you don't need anything.
So
when it gets to the end and things are falling apart and it just cuts to Hal, just the circle, but you can't hear his voice. Now, it's too bad that you can't hear his voice.
Yeah, well,
but it would still just be like, what the hell is going on with this camera?
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes straight.
Is it 45?
Of no dialogue,
Okay,
but
yeah.
the only dialogue is either him grunt or sound is either him making a sound, grunt, something along those lines, and then after that, the dialogue is him talking to Wilson.
And why is it that movie felt like it needed to give us another reason to hate Helen Hunt?
I know. Why do they always make her the bad girl? The bad lady. He went down in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Everybody died.
Bring him back.
Come on.
So she moved on. What does Neil O'Shea say? Guys, move on.
Let's move on.
You just imagine that thinking that's the one thing keeping you alive. And you come back and she's like, sorry, dog.
Sorry, man. You were gone a long time.
Jimmy over here's got a hog, dude. I couldn't say no.
Wow. We went there. Okay?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we went there.
But hey, if you're Tom Hanks, you become Mr. FedEx, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also are like a quadrillionaire.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Denny Avdia, you've heard of him for the Portland Trailblazers.
That's a hell of a segue.
Point guard, forward, small forward, shooting guard, plays everything but center, right? Basically,
no, he's done that.
Basically, Magic Johnson is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Denny Avdia, Magic Johnson, these are the same picture.
Well, it's to be as crazy as it sounds, not the same level of player.
Easy Rod.
Not the same level of player.
Rod.
Same type of player.
They are the same. Magic Johnson, Denny Avdia is Magic Johnson.
No, I'm not going there. But same type of player. Like Denny has legitimately spent time playing center. That's been a thing that he's done.
I know, but I know if I said that, it'd get you all riled up.
Yes, but not as probably as far
Speaking
as
of
you
Hog right now, how you doing over there?
It's not as far as you think. It's it's a weird thing. He's a really unique player.
There was a game the other day. It was against the Rockets, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it at the end of the game that answered every single one of his questions with zebras?
Tari Eason.
Eason, yeah. Every question he was asked, he just said the word zebras in relation to Denny Avdia and his style of play and why they lost that game. Well, Denny kind of clapped back, so I'd like to get into this for a little funzy, and then we'll try to get an update on Denny Avdia as we can. They take on the Warriors tonight, 8 o'clock on Peacock. This is Denny Avdia on the Zebras.
But I'm happy.
What did you think when you heard him say all that? What went through your mind?
They made me laugh, for real. I mean, honestly saying, let's address it. I drive the most in the league. I'm very physical. I'm not shying away from contact. I'm going downhill, and I don't care who's in front of me. I'm going straight to him, and I'm not playing for those fouls, but I'm gonna get fouled. This is a part of the game. Like, I can't control it. I'm very aggressive. I initiate the contact, and that's my game. But I'm just saying, like, you just need, if it's hard to stop, it's just you gotta own it or do something else. But I'm very humble. I work hard, and I think I make the right play every time, for sure.
It's kind of felt like sour grapes or excuses.
No, I'm not gonna say excuse. I mean, I'm not gonna say excuses. I think it was coming from like emotional after the game, so I didn't take it that I've been emotional after losses too. But it's fun that we overcame that.
I love that he is aware of his own stats in the sense of where he sits in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting. There are tons of players that do play ish like that in the sense of, I'm just going to charge down the lane and I know that I'll get a free throw out of this. But Denny does it in a lot more physical, raw kind of way, a lot more emotional way. I think Brunson
Not
does
in a
some
way
of that.
that makes you hate somebody like James Harden.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, does Denny grift? Yes, but it's physical grifting.
Yes, it is not poaching.
Does he sell?
Is there a difference between grifting and poaching?
Yeah, I mean the grift, you have to sell it, and that's part of the deal. I mentioned this before. Dame told me when he kind of started doing it as well. He was like, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a part of the game because that's how you generate offense. When things are getting mucked up, you just kind of have to do it.
And that's part of why, and to tangent real quick, that's part of why I've been kind of anti this SGA narrative of the free throw merchant. Because it's like, dude, if you know what he's going to do, then stop doing it.
To that same extent, it's the same with Denny. Denny's he's not wrong. He's going to get downhill. And when you talk about drives, okay, Jaylen Brown is third in the NBA. Jalen Brunson is fourth. Cade is fifth. Cade has 564 drives. Okay. Jalen Brunson has 570. Jaylen Brown has 644. Number two is SGA. He is at 687. Denny Avdia is at 817. It's
150 more.
It's not like a little gap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a canyon. The difference between him and SGA is the difference between Cade at 564 and, again, Cade's fifth and 14th at Russell Westbrook? No, further than that, 564. Steph Castle at 455 at 16th. So the gap between Denny and Shea at 1 and 2 is the same gap between 5 and 16.
It's funny, on the YouTube chat, somebody's saying, I had an OKC fan text me the other day saying Shea walked so Denny could run.
SGA has never played this physical. And that's not me just saying that because I cover Denny and I like Denny. Shea is footwork god.
Well, and I know he is. And what I will flip, his mid-range is also real nice. And what I will flip it on its head is, this is also kind of why Denny might be in the position that he's in currently, in being hurt. You play that physical, that hard every game.
That many minutes,
especially when the team is counting on you to do it.
You could quite literally say that he carried the team on his back.
Yes, and now his back hurts, and I don't blame him. Mine hurts looking at it.
So not only does Denny lead the league in drives in totality, he leads the league in drives with help defenders present, which means there's more bodies in the paint. Okay? 80% of the time he drives, there are help defenders present.
Ugh.
There is a help. No one has driven the ball more with help defenders present than Denny Avdia.
Well,
So
and
he is
when it comes-
driving into traffic.
And when it comes to players driving into the lane
Mm-hmm.
and being basically almost reckless with their bodies, you got, I think your two biggest examples are probably Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, but the difference here being about 45 to 50 pounds.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
yes, they are clearly
7
smaller
to
than Denny
9
Avdia.
inches more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's why, like, when people have asked me to compare Denny to somebody, I compare him to Giannis. It is a battering ram. It is not a level of athleticism that is heretofore unseen in like a Derrick Rose or a Dwayne Wade, who basically played like bigger Allen Iverson, just complete reckless abandon. Now, Denny plays with reckless abandon, but he's also huge.
But let me ask you this. We're not quite sure the severity of the injury. Okay? It doesn't look fun to me. What I see is I don't see a couple games. I see minimum a couple weeks. What I see with my eyes the way I watched him. Now, my body is not his level, and I am not some nutritionist or body dude.
But
that
I don't think you're wrong. Look, he's out tonight, but it's an ongoing evaluation.
Which makes me wonder, if he's out a significant amount of time, does he tweak the game a little bit?
No. You can't change his stripes.
But I also think
You can't play scared.
No.
Change his stripes like a zebra.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said this all along, that with Drew back, mostly it's not about, it's not getting Matisse Thybulle back. It's not getting it's Drew. It's getting Drew back.
Having another initiator
should allow him to probably lay up on some of that
Mm-hmm.
physicality that he's used to, because then he can just play his game and not have to play his game and somebody else's game,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what he's having to do at the point guard position.
Well, yeah, I mean, not only does Denny lead the NBA in drives, he also leads the NBA when you're talking about assists, as far as like potential assists.
Yeah, you've been high on the potential
Let me go ahead and
assists.
pull this up right now. Total, beep, beep, beep. Thank you. Let's see.
Although potential assists just drives me crazy, because that means they're not actually assists.
Oh, Kate just passed him up.
Which means that the Blazers need more players.
Well,
that can
it's like
shoot.
one of those stupid football stats that, like, interception-worthy passes.
Mhm.
It's like, well, look, did it end in an interception? No, it didn't. So where are we at?
To put in perspective, Nikola Jokic has 572 potential assists. Jamal Murray has 489. SGA has 484.
Jamal Murray is healthy?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Wow.
Jalen Brunson, 446. Devin Booker, 469. Okay? These are all premier playmakers in the NBA. Potential assists, Denny Avdia, 575.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just goes to show, if you want to talk really MVP, no one is more valuable to their team right now than Denny Avdia.
Yes, but that's because what's around
What's
him is
around
not
him,
it. Like, Nikola Jokic is on this list, but Jamal Murray's right behind him. You know what I mean?
SGA
It's like-
has two other max contract dudes on his team, and a vet and Alex Caruso. Yeah.
And, Lou Dort and Andrew Wiggins.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Casey Wallace and
Oh,
Chet Holmgren and
should you just keep going?
yeah,
J-Dub.
Isaiah Hartenstein. Yeah, it's like it's an embarrassment of riches. But look, the Blazers need to be very careful of Denny Avdia, and I don't have any reason to believe that they won't be.
No, you have to.
You're not playing for a title.
You're not
right
playing
now.
for anything, dude. And who cares if you don't make the 9 seed? If you ruin Denny for all next year, then who cares if you don't make the 9 seed? Would a Blazer fan risk? I'm not saying for sure, but take the chance on Denny Avdia not being 100% at the beginning of next year to make a play-in game? To lose to Houston or OKC? Get out of here.
It's not.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no,
I feel like it's the same at that point to what you're saying, Patrick. It's almost the same discussion every year with the Blazers. Be like, how hard are we going to try for the 9 seed?
Right.
Versus, should we just maybe pack everything in?
Shut them all down, dude. Shut them all down. Go get Cam Boozer. Call it a day.
Well, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that takes some lottery gods luck.
Shut them all down, huh? The Spurs got it. The Mavs got it.
Spurs got it a couple times.
Yeah.
Why ain't it my turn?
But
we don't deserve nice things.
Look,
we don't.
The thing
really.
you hope
This
for
program doesn't.
is that it does stay as back soreness.
Right.
You don't want this to be
slip disc, nerve issues,
nerve, spinal, to quote CJ McCollum. You
Bifurcate.
You want this to be.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Yeah, you want this. As crazy as this is, you just want this to be kind of a soft tissue injury.
Yeah.
And at least it's not a calf strain.
Well, yeah, but here's what you want. You want a contusion. You want blunt force trauma kind of a deal.
Yeah,
You don't
'cause that
want
heals.
that sucks.
A
and
bruise. You want a bruise.
Yeah, even a deep bruise. Like because if there's stuff beyond that, if there's any kind of strain, because what people don't know is a strain is a tear.
Yeah.
It's just a severity or strain or a sprain. Like that is a tear. It's just it's a sliding scale.
Like a paper cut?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you're just kind of hoping that it's just kind of a deep tissue thing, but watching the action,
it didn't look good.
It didn't look like an impact thing. It looked more of a sprain kind of deal because it was an elongation injury.
Blazers take on the Golden State Warriors tonight. Game 2 of the Peacock NBC action tonight. Game 1, nice. Spurs OKC. Maybe we'll chat a little Spurs OKC tomorrow.
I hope Spurs do it again.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. When we come back, free consultation, 503-864-6326, the fan text line, or the YouTube chat. Send us in. You need some help on something? You need some advice? We got your back. That firm of Harris and Meringue on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for your free consultation.
Don't sweat it. It's a freebie.
Every Tuesday at 12:15, the firm of Harrison Meringue dishes advice.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Sports, life, your questions answered at your own risk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, free consultation here. Must be a Tuesday. Must always be a Tuesday. It's always a Tuesday around here. We do this every Tuesday at 12:15. Thanks for joining us. 503-864-6326 is the text line that'll get you in to this fun game. First on the docket, on the heels of this Mike Tomlin news, this comes in from what I assume is a Duck fan, 503-864-6326. If Curt Cignetti leaves to take the Steelers job, does that make me feel better about losing to Oregon, or does that help me in my future prospect? Losing to Indiana, or does that help my future prospects in the Big Ten?
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, damn it. I did not mean to start that all over again.
No, quit looking at it like that. Go through the path, beat the team.
Don't run away.
Don't run away from
Don't
me.
run away.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like Cignetti in the NFL. I like him in college.
I do too. There's just something about it's kind of,
I don't think he's an NFL dude.
No, he number one, he's 62.
The NFL, look,
I think 64.
64. Yeah, like I think if you make that move as
not quite 6'7".
Yeah, there you go. But if you're going to be
stop.
If you're going to be curmudgeonly, I think you have to become curmudgeonly in the NFL.
Look,
does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback on that. The NFL, the No Fun League, they take this thing so seriously, all right, that it's hard to find moments in which you can just kind of laugh and joke about, all right? Now, in college, there is no doubt that Curt Cignetti takes this job as serious as Jim Harbaugh does, okay? They're cut from the same cloth. They're coaches.
Oh, Curt Cignetti, he's while he might be a different type of psycho, he is still a football psycho.
There is something about college that makes that more endearing. I think when you look at a Curt Cignetti, who is a red ass and takes it way too seriously, probably doesn't sleep, you are attracted to that. To where if somebody gets in the NFL and they start yelling at podiums and they are who we thought they were, you're kind of like, calm down, brother. It's just a game.
Well, look, one of your biggest examples of somebody that works out in college that doesn't necessarily work out in the NFL is Nick Saban, who is the greatest college football coach of all time. And he flamed right the hell out with the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, Pitino.
Yeah.
With the Celtics.
Pitino.
Like,
Calipari.
Yeah, like you just go down the list of like what is good for the goose is not always good for the gander.
Look,
What
I
works
thought
in college is not always working in the pros. And honestly, what's good in the pros doesn't always work in college.
Patrick just started to say that exactly like with Bill Belichick
Yeah.
and him going down there, and that is not going well.
I actually wasn't going to go Bill Belichick. I was going to piggyback on guys that don't work. Nobody was higher on Billy Donovan than me. How he's still in the NBA, I have no idea.
Well,
but
to be clear, I think Billy D's a good coach.
I think he is
Chicago's
too.
just a dumpster fire, and they're never going to fire him.
I think
because he's that good.
He's a fine coach.
I think he's better than fine. I think Billy's a really good coach, but I think when you're talking about that organization in particular and Reinsdorf's ownership, that's just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think you should be excited about Cignetti going to the Steelers. I don't think that's going to happen. Who would pay that buyout?
I mean, the Steelers would.
The Steelers would pay that buyout?
Yeah.
I don't think they would do that, and I think Curt should stay in college. And as far as Duck fans, think about how you felt about Ohio State this year. You get to feel that way about Indiana next year. The little engine good that everybody loved this year, the story of the year. You get to wake up next year saying, I want a piece of that.
Yeah, you what you do is you
build
go,
a rivalry.
You go full on Steve Buscemi.
They're building a rivalry.
You put the list. You do the list, man.
Putting the lipstick on and crossing off the list.
Look, Oregon is building a. Oregon
is that ELO in the background too, right? Yeah.
Oregon is trying to build a rivalry with Ohio State. I would say it's kind of working. Mario went to Columbus and beat them. They came to Oregon and lost. They beat the living hell out of you in a playoff. Like, they're not doing this with Michigan.
No,
they're not doing this with Wisconsin. They're building something with Ohio State. Why not use that momentum? Build something with Indiana, because I don't think Indiana's going anywhere. Because when you take our old conference, for example, all right, let's use the Oregon Ducks as the example. they want to say their main rival is the Huskies, but you've also got the Beavs. You have a 4-year stretch where the Cougs are a pain in your butt. And then you have that random Pac-12 after dark on a Friday, go down to Arizona State, Arizona, and you lose, or UCLA catches you, or
Dennis Dixon rips
SC's
his
got
knee
a
apart and ruins his Heisman campaign and the national championship.
SC's got a top 5 quarterback going in the NFL draft. You know, like, there are these little things. As a Coug, obviously I hate the Huskies. We always hated the Ducks. But then there was like, Cal, I swear to God, if you beat us today, I'm going to be so darn tootin' mad at you.
Jeff Tedford just sitting there, just stirring the pot.
Yeah,
Well,
you lose to Arizona State, you're like, whatever. But if we lose to Cal, I'd just be like, damn it. Can we stop losing to
And
Cal?
that Zach Ertz catch in the end zone was still not a catch. He was out of bounds.
So I think you want that. I think you want Indiana to stay because in comparison to other conferences as well, like the Big Ten's heavy at the top. You want to add Indiana into the Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin ride? Penn State, go for it.
Bring it on.
Then you can try to claim you should put 8 teams in the college football playoff. SC, it's maybe the one thing that I think SC really has got to figure out. Who's their rival in the Big Ten? They're not. They need to start working on.
Yeah,
it. I don't know who it'll be. Yeah. I don't know who it'll be, and you don't want to force it. I think there will always be some hatred amongst SC Oregon, SC UW as well from a West Coast thing.
It's not really.
But get in on the Michigan thing. Dude.
I was just
start
saying,
hating them.
That's the thing is, I could never hate them because Michigan was always like the other team that I liked growing up because I'm a Charles Woodson's my second, third favorite player in the history of the game. But I had the Michigan starter jacket, all those things. The guy was a banger, Fab Five. But no, there is a little something brewing.
If
with
Oregon's going to take Ohio State, why don't you guys take Michigan?
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't want to hate Michigan, but I want a good rivalry.
If my school were in the Big Ten, you know what I'd look at? It's so funny too because I love him so much. I'd look at Kirk Ferentz in Iowa and say, I'm gonna whoop that. I would want to fight that.
Farm boy to farm boy.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So is Kirk Ferentz the one Division I coach that is actually older than Kurt Signetti?
I believe that is actually no
Bill Belichick.
Sig, there's like 4 coaches older than Sig.
Yeah,
because I think Whittingham's older too, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, Whittingham's in the Big Ten now.
Yeah, so pretty good coaches in the conference.
Those were the days between Christmas and New Year's. I kind of forgot about that.
66.
Yeah.
Who is
Whittingham?
Yeah, 66.
He got them locks.
And you know
though.
what? And he will still go out
jacked.
and he will still go out and bust your ass.
Yeah, no,
he got that flow.
That dude's passing the presidential fitness test. Like he's benching 225, no problem.
This is free consultation. We got a little room for if you want to jump in. We'll go double seggy here, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTubes. Like I said, it's a free consultation Tuesday, as it always is. But first, there's the Kahuna with sports.
I hear they got some tasty burgers.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, after last night's Texans whooping of the Steelers, the NFL's divisional round is all set. Saturday starts with the Bills. They are at Bo Nix and the Broncos. That is a 1:30 kick on CBS. The nightcap on Saturday is the Niners at the Seahawks. 5 o'clock kick on Fox. Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan will start at 3 o'clock. Then on Sunday, you got a noon kick for the Texans at the Patriots. That'll be on ESPN and ABC. And then 3:30 on NBC and Peacock. It's the Rams at the Bears. Multiple reports say that Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin has told the team he is stepping down after 19 seasons. He was the league's longest tenured coach. Over in the association, the Trailblazers, they're back on the court tonight after seeing their 5-game winning streak snapped Sunday against the Knicks. They're in San Francisco to face the Warriors. 8 o'clock tip on NBC and Peacock. Jeremy Grant doubtful. He's got Achilles tendonitis. Denny Avdia, he is out with lower back soreness. The Blazers are 10.5-point dogs. And ESPN, Shams Charania reporting Maverick star Anthony Davis. He's going to have surgery on his left hand to repair ligament damage and will miss several months. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy. He's at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
5 years. No, he wasn't. Not only to the on-field product, but behind the scenes, as a valued leader for our players and organization. No, he wasn't. I have no doubt he'll continue to have a successful coaching career. No, he won't. Ultimately, when we fall short of our goals, that responsibility lies on my shoulders. Yes, it does.
Which kind of I don't mean to hijack free.
I'm sorry. Did I go a little too heavy on that?
No, you're good.
Yeah,
And I don't
my
mean to
bad.
hijack free consultation, but I want to ask the question because now that becomes the best offensive coordinating job in the NFL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any job opening yet that is a better offensive? Would you rather be the OC in Baltimore or in Philly?
Philly.
Without a doubt. Even if you got to deal with A.J. Brown, and you might trade A.J. Brown, whatever. Fun audio.
There's
with
more stuff.
Fun audio with Eagle stuff tomorrow on the show. If you're, the hot topic in offense is Mike McDaniel. If you're Mike McDaniel, would you rather have an OC job or a head coaching job? Money's equal. Let's take money out of it.
I think you need a rehab tour. You got burned out.
I think so too. And why not do it in Philly?
Because it's not Miami and warm.
But it could be like Super Bowl and money.
You could also reunite in San Francisco.
What's that?
You could also reunite in San Francisco.
Oh, totally. You
Or
totally could.
if Saleh gets a job, you go be his
Go with
OC.
him, yeah. Help be a part of something. Just don't go to the Cardinals.
No.
Just don't go to the Cardinals.
I'm a firm believer that he's burned out, and he needs to go OC it. He needs the OC rehab tour.
Yeah.
Not because I think he's a bad coach, but because I think he needs a bit of a reset. Does that make sense?
It makes a ton of sense. And if I were him, that's what I would do. Let's see. Bleak had one on here that I enjoyed. Free consultation. What is the best drink for day drinking? Well, I don't mean to five toes down this, but what's our goal? I mean, is there a football game at 7:30 that I'm tailgating, so I'm starting in the morning, or we just a little nip of the hair? Or
to be honest, man, even when I drank, I never really day drink.
Dude, I don't like day drinking.
I always looked at that and I was always like,
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
yeah, I mean,
I think that is a quitter's mentality. You can't drink all day if you don't start the night before.
I never like.
Wow, that was a twist.
There you go.
Yeah.
I never liked long periods of drinking. It was never my thing.
Yeah, I don't. My issue with day drinking is that I just want to take a nap, and then if I nap,
with a belly full of beer.
If I nap after been drinking, like
you can't start out with beer in the morning.
I'm so angry, and I'm so like, I can't take naps. It's a
in
rule
general
in my house.
No, and
it's
then
a rule in my house.
You wake up and then you're a zombie and you're done.
And
for the rest
I'm
of the day,
pissy and I'm super
you guys are
frustrated.
So weird.
I'm
super
old
frustrated.
Is what the deal is.
I
I'm
also-
almost 50.
I love a good nap.
I'm 50.
I will also not set an alarm for a nap. I refuse to.
Oh, no, of course not. Why would you do that?
We play nap roulette in my house.
Yeah,
If
Unless
I'm
there's
going-
something that you have to get up for.
and then I don't take a nap. Because then I'm going to get up for it and do it, and I'm going to hate it my entire time.
Exactly.
Did you guys grow up and just learn how to take a nap like an adult?
And then
Nope.
also, as far as day drinking goes, go for a Madras.
What's that?
It's vodka with I always like mine heavier on the OJ than the cranberry, but traditionally it is mostly cranberry with like a splash of OJ.
If I'm going to day drink in the morning, give me a bush latte. I'll just take a light beer.
It's for you. It's whatever time of day it is. A bush latte.
You want to make it a
kidding
bush
you.
light mimosa? Maybe throw a little splash of OJ in there too.
No, that's just a waste of OJ.
Yeah, I just never like. I mean, again, I never really drank that much, except for when I was in the military and when I first got
me
out.
either.
Yeah, I know.
Wait.
I don't drink a lot. I drink the same amount every day.
Every day. Yeah, no. Just never been my thing. Especially like,
I see you.
it wasn't that I didn't get drunk. It's just I was speed running that thing.
I know.
I didn't want to. I was never somebody who was like, you know what I want to do? I want to crush a case. It's like, no, let's go ahead and expedite this thing.
I feel bad that I continuously bring up drinking on this show,
No,
and
you
you're
don't.
not a drinker.
No, I mean, I'm not. I just don't.
I know. Should probably fix this.
No, you're fine. I don't. I don't.
We
care.
outnumber him.
Yeah. I don't care.
One of me outnumbers many people.
Yeah. I mean, up until, recently, I just didn't really drink all that much. Now I just don't really drink at all.
Yeah. I'm jealous.
I mean, look, we had the golf tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean,
And look, I'm outnumbered at home 3-1 by females. And do you want to know how hot that thermostat is set? Not where I want it to
Yeah.
be. So,
it happens.
It is
But
what
let's
it
see, I
is.
control that in here.
You do. I refuse to touch it. I will not touch the thermometer.
I have made a big enough deal for literally everyone to where nobody touches it. I think I have browbeat the boys in the morning now enough.
Yeah.
Where they turn it down towards
Don't
the
turn
end of
this
their
up
show.
to 74.
They had it freaking 76 degrees last week when we walked in the studio, and I wanted to murder them both.
I came in here once and was like, "Oh, it's hot in here."
When Joe and Rashad were filling in, they were like, "What is going on?" They have an excuse. Well, no, Rashad had an excuse. He didn't know. Joe is the biggest offender.
Oh, I guarantee you, Rashad has never tried to ever touch
No.
or figure out that thermostat.
He was just like, "Why am I sweating?" It was
Because he's in here
it's
2 hours
because-
a week,
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, it's because Joe wears 5 layers and cranks it up to turn it into his own little personal sauna. Go to the gym, Joe.
Wow.
For the sauna. For the sauna.
Okay, that's my guy, Joe
God.
Fisher.
Yeah, I
You're just
know.
taking shots at him.
God, are you going to call me fat next?
Go to the sauna there. I didn't say go to the gym for that.
That is free consultation, whether you like it or
Free
not.
consultation brought to you by LA Fitness.
We do it every single Tuesday at 12:15. We come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. 105.1 The Fan.
The firm of Harris and Meringue is wrapping up for the day,
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth.
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth.
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us here. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, we moved a little stuff around, so we do have some quarterback stuff we could get into tomorrow in college football. We'll have Tyson Algeron kind of put a bow on the Oregon season and kind of talk to him what went wrong, talk some portal news as well. So Duck stuff tomorrow.
A little eulogy on the season.
A little eulogy on the season from our good buddy over there at the I-5 corridor. Talk about some NBA as well. We'll have a little fun with audio. Let's see. What do we need to clean up here today? Nolan Arenado traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
There you
go. I read St. Louis is paying 31 to 45 mil.
Mm-hmm.
That's brutal.
Yep.
You know how much money that is now 2 teams that have paid other teams for Nolan Arenado to play for them.
Yeah, the Rockies paid.
The Rockies paid a lot of money to get him to not
get
play
rid
for
of
them.
prime Nolan Arenado.
Right? What was that? I'll never understand that.
Look,
I thought the whole point was you're dealing with him because the contract is big.
Yeah, look, that one didn't work out as well as the last Rocky that my Cards got. Matt Holliday worked out real well.
Love Matt Holliday. Love Matt Holliday.
Wait, Nolan
I love his kid, Jackson.
Arizonoza?
We're not talking this guy?
Randy Arizonoza.
No, although he did sign a 1-year arbitration deal for the Seattle Mariners. 15.5 mil, I believe. That's a great value
I want to
for
say
him.
0.65, if I remember correctly,
Gotcha.
for my updates last week.
That is a great value for that. Let's see. Other things we have missed. Street Clothes is about to be in Street Clothes again. I never understood, like, I'm seeing all these updates from my phone, like, you know, the Hawks are in on Anthony Davis, and who else could be in on Anthony Davis? And then 10 seconds later, I'm like, Anthony Davis might have to have surgery. Why on earth are you interested in trading for Anthony Davis?
The idea of Anthony Davis.
Well, the idea is great, but the idea rarely comes to fruition.
It's the whole thing of like, and you see this across sports. No, we can fix him. We can.
You
fix
see
him.
this across life.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they can fix him.
But when talent's overwhelming, and the thing is, AD's talent is overwhelming.
I have the idea of Phoebe Cates. That doesn't mean it's happening.
What is Phoebe Cates up to these days?
Kevin Kline.
Really?
Married forever.
Really?
Yes, those two have been married forever. Forever.
Good on him.
Yeah, right.
He's got to be like 20 years older than her.
Probably.
I'll check.
Phoebe Cates and Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
Nice job, Kev.
There you go.
Nice job.
But yeah, NBA hot stove is starting to heat up a little bit. It does seem like there's going to be some action, at least.
Let's see. I saw
The
that
jaw stuff is out there.
Have fun. Yeah. Buckle up.
Speaking of somebody can fix him. Look, I told the guys in the morning, hey, if you want to place a futures bet on where John Morant's going to go, Sacramento.
Hammer Sacramento.
Kevin Kline, what did I just say? 78. Phoebe Cates, 62.
Okay,
So 16 years.
16
almost
years, that's
20.
not bad.
But
Yeah.
they've been together a
you
long
go.
time.
Also,
Forever.
Kline's that old, huh?
Yeah.
He looks good for 78.
Yeah, not bad.
Not according to the images that I just saw. on
No, okay.
Google.
Oh,
he's,
yikes.
he's not looking too great these
Okay.
days. It's a little rough.
That's too bad.
I mean,
How
he's
old's John Cusack? I like Cusack and
Oh,
Klein.
he's got it. He
He's
can't
gotta
be
be in 60s.
60 yet. I'm assuming.
Well, he's gotta be 60.
Let's see. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Jordan Addison arrested again.
I'm the smartest man alive. He is 59. He
Oh,
will turn
wow.
60 in June.
Oh, nice. Good on
Of
that.
course, he's not 60.
Yeah, Jordan Addison had the Dewey. Was that beginning of this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was arrested for trespassing. I have to assume that's some sort of domestic situation.
That or alcohol.
I read that the Mets are willing to offer a short-term $50 million a year contract to Kyle Tucker.
He's going to get a long-term deal somewhere.
Don't do that, Kyle Tucker.
Take the long-term deal.
Don't do that.
No.
Something interesting that came in on the text line that we can kind of finish up
The
our
tax line?
The tax line.
Brought to you
that,
by Quicken Loans.
That we can kind of tack on.
We still got like 3 months for that.
Yeah.
I'm
I do
ready
mine early.
I'm ready to file my taxes now. Yeah. This is kind of part of the
What are these taxes you're talking about?
it's kind of this Patullo situation in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about, is that the best OC job? This texter points out, I think the Lions have more toys to play with than the Eagles.
That's true. I forgot they fired their OC.
Yeah, not a bad thought.
Yeah.
Not a bad thought. Obviously,
Both of them have elite offensive linemen in Penei Sewell and Lane Johnson, but they lost guys, and both of their O-lines need some work.
and I'll
I'm sorry,
tell you,
I spaced for a second. How about Mike McDaniel to Detroit?
that's kind of what we're talking about. Yeah. Also, if all things are created equal, again, money's the same. Let's say weather's the same, and talent is the same. Do you want to go work for Nick Sirianni, or do you want to go work for Dan Campbell?
Yeah,
Because it's not close.
Well, here's the thing.
I understand Sirianni's got a Super Bowl, man, but that is just a clown show.
Which is funny because I would think you'd want to go water the bamboo
What do you mean?
with old Sirianni and his feels.
Is he? But his feels are like aggro,
Not
like
really.
toxic masculinity.
No.
Or he allows toxic masculinity in his locker room.
No,
I'm not into that.
That's Dan Campbell. You would go work for Dan Campbell?
Hell yeah.
You'd get chewed up and spit out with the kneecaps.
And I'd say thank you one more time, sir.
Chew you up like bubblegum.
Let's see. FBS coaches vote unanimously to adjust the red shirt rule. It'll go from 4 games to 9.
Oh.
So you just get a free season?
Yeah.
What if you start him like week 7 and then play him through the playoff?
I mean,
like Jeremiah Smith, I'm going to ask you to sit for about 4 games. Is that all right?
Don't play in the crappy non-conference.
Is that all right?
Games.
Yeah, yeah. And if you get JMU or Tulane in the first round, Jeremiah, we're going to have you sit out that one.
Well, I mean, that's a way
This is just not manipulating the system again. Just give them contracts.
I mean,
let them play as long as they want. I don't care. I'm
I
over
mean,
it. Pavia wants 7 years. Have it.
Have it. Look, not so much for Diego Pavia, but Trinidad Chambliss, give him another year, NCAA, you monsters.
I know. I kind of want to talk about it. Maybe we can just do it right now. Like, did you see what he was denied for?
Yeah.
Because he got a doctor's note.
Tonsillitis, wasn't
it? Yeah, he was diagnosed with it in August.
Yeah.
And then he had like a checkup in late December. And the doctor said, he looks pretty good. And the NCAA says, that sounds like you're cleared to play. Denied.
But he didn't play.
But the season wasn't over yet, and he was cleared to play.
That's so dumb.
It's the dumb, dude. It's the NCAA.
And this is like,
it's one of the stupidest things on planet Earth right now.
You know what, Chambliss, take it to court, even if you don't ever get it, just to stick it to him. Just to stick it to him.
Yeah.
I hope some lawyers out there's like, I'll do it.
Bono.
I'll do it.
Pro bono.
Yeah,
Just
I'll do it
for free.
I'll do it.
It just pisses me off. Like, guys,
I hate the NCAA more than you do. Let's go for it.
I know you do. I know you do.
You know what I'm saying? A lawyer, like,
oh yeah,
like find a lawyer out there just absolutely just fiery passion hates the NCAA. There's
Like,
not a shortage of them.
They are this close to literally being right behind the NFL. If they just got out of their own way.
But they won't because they're holding on. They're clutching their pearls until the very last second.
If you rotate the national championship between all the networks, then all the networks are rooting for all the conferences. You follow?
Yeah.
But instead of rooting for a conference, it's so strange. Can you imagine? I only root for the NFC East. No. Let me take it back. I only root for the AFC North. Ooh, that conference is kind of dog this year. Yeah, but I mean, the Steelers and the Ravens.
Playoffs.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? We're the greatest conference ever.
3 of the 4 coaches have been fired.
We have Alabama, Georgia, and Oklahoma in the playoff. Last time I checked.
Stuff.
And you just go down, you know? I
want no part of that.
Like, just be a part of the NFL. Be a part of college football.
Or just be an AFC fan.
Yeah, like, well, I mean,
that's just weird to me.
I mean, then we kind of have that old school baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up an American League guy.
I was an
And
NL guy, but
before
now
big time interleague play,
Yeah.
like, if I ever had to leave my team, I'd probably stick in the American League. I want, if Portland gets a team, I want it to be in the National League so I can root for my 2 teams.
There you go.
You know? So I understand that. But to be so picky and choose, just go get a commissioner. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That'll do it for us. Enjoy the Blazers tonight. Enjoy an off night, Dave.
Hey, no TV tonight, baby. And it's a road game.
And we will catch you all tomorrow.
And a late tip.
For Danny Marang, that's Jeff Rust. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.